Where's the man, sir? I'll just set my phone up quickly. I'm using my phone to keep track of what I'm doing. Here we go. Trading Tips 87 away. How are you guys doing, man? How are you guys doing? I haven't been live in forever, and I just thought, nah, I need to come live. I haven't been live in a while. And you know, this time I'm not coming without the entertainment. As you guys know, I actually don't call it a beef. It's like a one-sided beef because Jamal is the only one that's beefing. If you have ever watched this channel, you would know that if I'm beefing, I would do things as I would have done them if my adversary was Marco Grissini. Now, me and Marco make peace, and that is a chapter of my life that is closed now. I just come and expose you, and I spat. That's all. I just come and expose you, and I spat. Big Br, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for being a man of the people. While cult followers may not appreciate the work you do, you're saving a lot of upcoming traders in the game. We are grateful to you. Thank you so much for your support. Before I go anyway, I would just like to say thank you to all of you guys for the support that you guys have shown me over the years, and especially now. As you guys may know, nobody really likes what we are doing in this industry. Nobody really likes what I'm standing for, because when you expose one, you expose the rest. As I've told you guys, like, continuously, what I'm applying to Sandile Shazy, you can apply to Jason Noah, you can apply to leadership, you can apply to these newcomers. The story don't change. And I think that is why they came together as a collective to start reporting what is happening on this channel, because if a multitude of people is reporting the channel, not just the content, the channel, right, then YouTube will hold back a little bit on sharing it, you know. But you know, numbers isn't exactly the reason why we are doing this. Numbers isn't exactly the reason why I started this. So I mean, I come from where I had 90 views per video up until where we are today. So the awareness factor has most definitely grown, and that is what people do not like. The closer we are reaching to 100k subscriber, this is the 100k subscriber count, the bigger the message, I would say, that we are putting out there. And if you guys have taken a note how we do things, let me do it right. I'm so much just jumping in here. So good afternoon, Trading Tips, Big Br, Almighty Jason, Blessing 1111, Neo T, shout out to you, Trading Tips, Jake Makabe, Lesedi Makola, can't wait to see you either. Neo T, shout out me bro, always. Miles Lambos, it's been a while me bro, but I'm glad to be here. When you guys are here, I'm tight. Romeo Fries, shout out. Seto, I haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Actually need to check in with you, but yo, my mind has been fogged so lately, and I can't get out to the things that I want to get out to, man. But I just thought, if I don't go live today, I'm never ever gonna go. Shout out the under 16. I'm never ever gonna go live, so let me just go live right now. Now, to dive into the content, as you guys know, the very first piece of content is the $652,000 debt. Right now, that comes from a $217,000 fraudulent loan. Why is it fraudulent? Because Mr. Jamal Terren, he made loans using fake identities and forged documents with fake addresses. Right now, while he was here, right, because I remember when he came, it was this whole deal about him. Right, who's this new guy that's stepping into the industry, that is opening this this prop firm? And I don't want to say he did things like other prop firms didn't do it, but I mean, at that time, I wouldn't say throwing a launch party was very industry, but it wasn't as out there, right? So we went to the man's launch party, and I mean, for us it was like, nah, this bra must be a good trader because look at how he's spending, look at the alcohol he has for this event, and everyone is getting of everyone has been getting of these expensive champagne and it's food. Like you just get, man, you don't pay for shit, right? And when that started, right? Because at that time I didn't know anything about prop firms, right? So number one, I obviously came a bit closer because of his proximity to Rolio. They were really close and stuff, right? Rolio was his employee here in South Africa, his main employee, right? And I just thought, okay, nah, Rolio quiet. But something at the back of my mind told me, my bro Rydell, don't trust Fokol, right? And that was then when I invited Herschel Haywood and his brother Ronaldo. I invited them along, right? And at that time already, Herschel was already managing a whole lot of capital through prop trading, right? I didn't know. And for me, it was like, and I told him flat out, my bro Herschel, I don't know much about prop firms. You trade prop firms. I would like for you to get an account here, and should anything happen, let me know, right? And I mean, there's a whole lot of you guys that can attest to the fact that when you guys were asking me, listen, do we buy an account? Do we buy an account? I would always tell you, listen, there's an inside guy. Let's wait for him, right? So Herschel and Ronaldo came back and they flat out like gave me evidence of them passing the challenge phases, not getting accounts, not being able to trade. And the moment I got that, I had to start branding the content that I put out with him a scam, because like Yanda16 is saying in the comment section, Mans was purely buying trust. And when you buy trust, you are going nowhere because people aren't loyal to you and your cause. People are loyal to the money that you bring, right? And for me at that time, it was just like, there's no way that I can allow myself to be like captured, man. So the area that I'm from is a very, very, very prominent Honda crew here by us. And I asked them like to tag along, you know? And they were there as well. And they were just like the extra eyes, man. You understand? I had my best friend there as well, McNeil. And for me, everything that evening went really well, man. But it was what came after that that like sealed Jamal Terren as a scammer, right? And this thing of him saying I asked him for money, my bro, that is so disingenuous because he roped in another YouTuber, Marcus Adrian, right? And he showed Marcus Adrian where he sent me petrol money, right? Now I told him flat out, bruh, there's no way I'm driving from where I live to you and back. We're talking easily 100 kilometers now. Out of my own pocket, now you're gonna pay my transport, right? That I didn't ask. I told him, if you want me there, you're gonna pay my transport. That is what happened, right? So, Mans came with that guy, with Marcus Adrian, and he's like, listen, put this out. Ryder was asking money by me, and I'm just sitting there like, nah, man, play that voice note. And that voice note never got played, eh? In private, Marcus Adrian saw the truth, but he also never came to the forefront to be like, that man was lying. And, you know, this is why, I don't care who says what, my bro. This is why I denounce friendships in this industry, bro. I may know you, I may be acquainted with you, we might be dating, but I can't affiliate to like myself with anyone because I'm not with them 24/7. I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. Very often what people show me and what they truly are two different things. And I don't ever want to find myself in a place where I have to defend someone else's actions. Never, right? So while Jamal was here buying up people's trusts, obviously the shit hit the fan most now, and while everything was hunky-dory, no one ever thought that this could be scammed money. And I mean, the way he was handing out money, nah, it was insane. It was insane, guys. Like, literally. And the way he turned around to like bite people with it is so fucking insane, way, bro. There was this one moment, I think, that I don't know how true this is, but according to him, he bought Rolio an Apple, a MacBook, right? And I was laughing so hard at it, right? Because to me, it's like, my bro, this is what's waiting for you on the other end if you accept the free meal. You guys must know there's an analogy where there's a saying that goes, don't accept the free meal. And that was the free meal. And guys, I can honestly tell you now, this man was on my ass. In a sense of, the first night I meet him, right? We head back to his place. Yeah? Man is introducing me to mad strains. Right? Cool. I'm told. I advise him what I like. Quiet. But during the whole time I'm there, the man is whole time offering me job. No, don't worry, my bro Rido. We'll make place for you here. There's gonna be work for you. You don't need to worry. You don't need to expose people though. And I'm just like, does this man know that exposing is my job? Does this man know I've been appointed unknowingly by the public to expose shit? And I flat out told him, brother, I can't be an employee for you. I can't. That compromises my whole mission. I can't. And after that, I must be honest now, there's quite a few brokers, obviously, that would offer me like employment shit. Right? Because now, obviously, you have the scam exposed on your end. You safe and shit. Like, and I was just like, nah, man. Nah, if it's not on a loose basis where I can do what I want, sorry, I don't want it, right? And you know, something deep down just kept on telling me, my bro Rydell, you have, what, 15,000 subscribers? You worked hard for that 15,000 subscribers. Do not give them up. Now, this is what I'm always telling you guys. If I wanted a big break, I could have sold out a long time ago. I mean, recently I came to you guys with the proposal of a prop firm that was offering me over 400,000 rand in value, and still I said, manita, because what I've worked for, right? What I've worked for, I don't want it to be able to be dragged away by one or two bad choices. I don't ever want that to be erased by one or two bad choices. So, you know, that to me, saying no there was a huge saving point, right? Because even though the money was being dangled here in front of my face, you know, for me it's like, nah, man, why is this bruh doing this? You don't have no experience in this field. Why is he offering you X amount of money? You don't know anything. And as you guys know, that was still the early scam exposing days, no? And already for me it was like, Kakinai, I don't know much about this industry, so taking on any integral role to a whatever company it is, that is not a number one, number two, number three, that's not even number 10 on my priority list. I don't ever want to go into an environment where I don't know what to do or I don't know how to assert myself. You understand? So with me saying no to that, man, that obviously came with a whole lot of shit. Mans start pulling away. And you know, when the pulling away happened, right, that came shortly after Herschel then came back to me and was like, bruh, we're not being treated right here. And I approached his employees, right? And it was always story after story after story. And when I experienced that, when I saw it was always story after story after story, I was like, Do these people that's working with this man know that they are fucked? Do these people know that his wrong moves will leave a hectic stain on their reputations? And when you look at it, it it has. There's that, like, tangling with Jamal, right? That was my very first lesson to realize that you don't make friends with these guys. Doesn't matter who it is. You don't make friends with these guys. If you can get close to get a little bit of insight to expose a scam, cool. But getting into bed with him, nah. 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 So where we are right now, right? This man came to South Africa and called our people, our hard-working people, poor, lazy, idiots. He called them a bunch of names that actually worked on my gut, because one thing that I am familiar with is the hard work that people put in to get the funds to be able to start trading, to be able to fund an account. Let me answer this call. How someone asked me for my number early in the day. Hello?
Salam.
Hello?
Hi, Salam. Is this Mr. Rydell?
This is Rydell speaking, yeah?
Hi, Rydell. I got your number from one of my artists, Promo.
Yeah?
I wanted to know if I could have a quick chat with you.
Oh, no problem. I saw Promo asked me for my number earlier, and then I
Yeah,
sent it to
he
him.
spoke to me early on because he's mostly on the social media stuff. So I just got off the phone with him now. He just told me now he got a hold of you.
No problem. No, yeah, we can have a quick chat.
Okay, so what I wanted to find out from you, I've seen some of your work, right? Promo's also suggested me about your media and stuff, and I had a look at some of your videos. And I need somebody that I can trust, obviously. So there are a few people here in Cape Town, right? I've seen what you do. It's three females.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the forex industry, um, and it's called iCloud Investments. So there's quite a few people, elderly people, young people,
Oh.
people that's taken loans from businesses. I myself, I put in over 600,000
Just
between
so.
me and you now. So I even, because I've got contacts to brokers in the UK, this is personal friends of mine that own the brokers and stuff.
Mm.
So I linked them up with the brokers. The one broker came down to Cape Town, the one agent, and he spoke to them. I introduced them to him. They helped them set up. I tried to put these guys on track because I don't know about this forex things, bro.
Mm.
I'm in it for the business side and uplifting, and they spoke about doing charity work, and we can step people to for Hajj, and a lot of stuff. And I was excited. I said, hey, let's do a wheelchair run, and I do a lot of stuff in Cape Town, like it comes to charity work.
Yes.
So I was excited. I said, hey, let's give back. We can do so much on the Cape Flats because I grew. You might not hear it in my accent, but I'm 17 years in Cape Town. I grew up on the Cape Flats.
Mm.
So I said, hey, we can do so much on the Cape Flats. We can do this, we can do that, empower females, take care of the kids. Let's do it. So I put in more money and put in more money. And, as you know how the story goes. So they came up with a very, very crazy Ponzi scheme, I would say. It's not forex.
Yeah.
There's no there's no live trades that they could show us. The trades that they did do through the broker, obviously because I'm friends and they trusted me, they told me, see, these people are blowing money like there's no tomorrow. I said, what do you mean? They said, no, it looks like they're gambling. They're not trading. The trades are not consistent. They're just doing random stuff. I said, huh? He said, yeah, there was another guy that put in 1 million rand for October.
Just so.
300,000 in 2 days. That's a lot of money. So there's a lot of elderly people that they took money from. I'm talking about a lot of people. I would say over 250, 300 clients. Maybe in total they held over 30 to 50 million, maybe more.
Sure, that's a lot of money.
Now, what's the crazy part is they're not scared of anyone. They are at home.
Yes, that's
And
true.
this scam, they're using this scam to promise clients to say, okay, there's a broker that's going to pay us our 30 million from this account, and you guys need to wait between May and July, then it's going to be paid out. But they're using the same excuse for as long as I know them now.
Yo, and these are millions, my bro. These are not pocket change.
You know, it's not pocket change, and there's a lot of people that invested money and they're not willing to pay. They keep saying the same excuse, but they live in Lansdowne in Oxley side. It's three females, one girl. She's very pretty, I must say, and a mom and her, her aunt. I think she uses that prettiness now to trap the
Yeah, yeah.
clients, if you know what I mean.
That pretty privilege.
Pretty privilege, correct, 100%, and being religious. That's that
Oh.
also, you know,
To me, my bro, if I see someone promoting money making stuff and they are doing that pastor vibe, nah, I can't trust them immediately.
no, they talk about going to mosque and they must do this and they must do that, and they're always wearing a dookie. You know that vibe.
Yo.
Three females, so they've done this, bro. There's a lot of people that are phoning me to ask for help because, to be quite honest with you, I'm just being very very open with you. This stays between us. Now my family does debt collection on a big scale in Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, and stuff like that. They do debt collection. It's part of the business, but this is private because I invested my own money. I
Your
paid
own
my
money,
fees.
yeah.
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 So I have to follow the proper channels, and somebody recommended you. They said, hey, this guy, he's somebody that goes after people like this, and you know, he's trying to expose people that, you know, rob innocent people.
Yep.
So there's a lot of elderly people, a lot of old people that took, you know, a lot of their own pension, this money, that money, they put into it, their retirement money, you know, whatever it is that they had, and they put into it. These people, I sent them a message yesterday. I said, whatever you guys have to sell, sell it and pay me whatever you can pay me. She says, no, she cannot pay me any money because it's not worth that amount of money that she owes me.
Huh?
Let me be quite honest to you. She actually owes me 4 million. The 600,000 is what I put in first. I was supposed to withdraw every time. If I withdrew it and put it back, I would have had my money. If you understand what I mean.
4 million. Yeah, my bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. So you know, with the thought of doing something good with it, man. Not with the thought
True.
of making money with it
True.
because I make
True.
money. I make money on my own. That money I was supposed to use to do a lot of good things because my my core focus is to start. I'm busy partnering with the city of Cape Town to try and stop child trafficking on the Cape Flats. So my money was going to go into funding my own operation for the security for the kids on the Cape Flats. So I told them, I said, this is what my goal to work towards because I'm busy to speak to Gaten with his foundation, a lot of the guys. But I'm saying, look at when you try to do something good and you believe in people, this is what they do.
This is what they do. Yes. So,
So
um,
this is what they do. They parading around Canal Walk and you know this and doing hey.
no, I know exactly what it is. There's quite a few people that I've exposed that would take people's money and then they would flaunt with it as if it's theirs. I tell you what, now I am currently just in a little bit of a situation here. Um, I'm gonna save your number and I'm gonna get in contact with you as soon as I'm done here, just to get more information on the
I'll send you
scheme.
everything on WhatsApp. I'll send you
Away.
their IDs. I'll send you the chats. I'll send you if you need. The one guy told me, can I try and reach out to the guy, Mr. Rydell? We can create a massive group with everyone in it, and he tells us what do we need to do, what do we need to show him. I said,
Mm,
okay, John,
mm.
you know what? I'm gonna try and get a hold of him, and you know, you tell me what I need to do. If I need to get to everybody's numbers, if I need to get to contact you, everyone's
Yeah, I will.
details, what you need, if you need to interview them, whatever the
Mm.
hell it is.
Now I will most definitely do that. And then what I also will do is because normally
If you're
when
running around, bro, I'll pay for your whatever expenses, bro. I don't mind.
no, my bro. I don't do this for money. I do this simply for the love of it, and obviously these people that aren't that educated when it comes, because when these guys come to you, nah, they are so slick with what they're telling you. They are so slick with what they are showing you, and I mean, you're not stupid. You don't sound like a stupid person to me. So they must have smothered a whole lot of honey around your lips to be able to get something like 4 million out of you, my bro. So what I'm gonna do is I have a close contact there by the FSA, that is the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. So I'm not gonna expose at first because when situations like this arise, no, I first like to see if there's a way that we can make to get people's money back first before I expose. Because when we expose first time, then these scammers they get haragat, man. Then it's like, nah, you went to that person to expose me so you can get your money from that, and that is most not the way things go. So
To be honest to you, for me, it's more about the principle. And see, even what you're doing, I love what you're doing because you're doing it. You're going out and exposing people. So I didn't mean it in the sense that, I'm going to pay you for this or pay you for that. No, I meant it that if there's a way that even I can fund certain investigations that you're doing, bro, because we're getting involved in
true,
security big time. I wouldn't mind if you come to me and you tell me, see, bro, there's a guy that I'm investigating. I need certain resources.
true.
Bro, I'm always willing to help. It's not about the money.
Mm,
I come from a poor background. You can ask anyone in Cape Town, bro, about me. You'll find out they're gonna tell you that, bro. He slept there by the train station there in town now. He used to take taxi, he used to take bus. Now he's a successful businessman. So for me, it's never about the money. The money we can always make somehow or the other, man.
true,
But it's
true,
about how we can grow together, how we can network and meet real people.
true,
Because
true.
these scammers are fake.
True. Yeah. No, let me just handle this and then I will check out what you send me on WhatsApp, and then I will most definitely put my research and investigation skills into work. And then I will obviously come forth with my findings to you. And then I will also send that through to the FCA so that they can start with their enforcement matters. And then obviously after that, we will have a little bit more clarification on, are we gonna expose or are we gonna just work on getting you guys' money back. Because, I mean, my bro, this is
When you meet, I think they'll be scared if you have to meet with them because you know about forex, am I right?
100%. 100%.
And they won't be able to tell you about. You can literally ask them, okay, show me your live account, show me your history, whatever. You know all these types of things.
True,
And
true,
you'll catch them out there. Where's all the money that the people gave you? Where's the this and that? Because they were talking about. She told me her money was frozen at Capitec, right? So I phoned my one of my friends is connected at Capitec. I got a number from him. I said, bro, they said no. He never had any affiliate in it. So he
chill.
used another company right in front of us.
Ah. Nah, my bro, no stress, don't worry. I will most definitely put in everything that I can into this matter because, I mean, the amounts that you are telling, nah, this is not child's play money. And the fact that there's elderly people involved, nah, I don't like that. Our elderly people, they don't know a clue about forex, my bro. You can come to them and be like, point A, point B, point C. They will be so amazed that they take out money immediately there, and I don't like that. So as soon as I have concluded that research, I will get in touch with you.
Ask me whatever I can. Maybe you even know them, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I if
Tequila Johnson.
yeah, that name sounds familiar. Yo, that name sounds familiar.
I think that guy's from Canada. He actually stole my money.
Ah, my brother. Now I know exactly who you're talking about now, my brother. I know the moment you said panda, nah, I knew exactly who you're talking about.
I don't know all these people, but she mentioned them to me. Now she's saying that some guys from Canada have actually caught guys and they tried to ask her for help to collect the money. And I was like, wow, that must be good because if other forex people are asking you for help, it must be good.
She
You know, which is great.
she sounds like she's part of them. She sounds like she's part of them because when Panda shit went belly up, he disappeared off social media completely. Completely. Now I know exactly what you're talking about, my bro. Just give me a day or two and I'll have sufficient information for you. I mean, you already have the information, but on the investigation side, my bro, don't worry. Don't worry.
Understandable.
True. No, I get you 100%. I'll keep an eye out for your messages and I will respond ASAP. Okay, my brother. I will do that. Thank you so much. I will do that. Okay. Zaid. Okay. Nice to meet you, Zaid. I will keep in contact with you, my brother. Yes, no problem. Keep well. Bye bye. You guys must know the local rapper 21 Promo. So 21 Promo contacted me on TikTok and 21 Promo was like, bruh, I need your number. Very important. And yo. Thank you, Neo Team. Do you guys understand why we are pushing the content? Shit like this happens. How is it that before I get to that court papers, I will get to that court papers pretty soon, but how is it that our elderly is being caught up in nonsense like this, guys? And the moment this bruh mentioned Panda, I was like, nah, man, me and Panda must had a kind of like a shoulder tug back in the past where I told this man, away, Nisuni, man. Nisuni, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. And guys, I don't know, man. These Cape Town guys are nothing like the Joburg, Durban, Sandton, Pretoria crews. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing, guys. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. No, it's not Panda from Tando. It's not Panda from Tando. Before I also get to the court documents, Ghost Mafia. You know the last video that I did on Pocket Broker and Sasha, right? Pocket Broker got some of people that they know that I also know to get me to like drop the video. And Sasha's video is still there. So I don't, after that, my bro, I don't, Rashi Kannemeyer, facts, the mosque people, they in Cape Town, they in Cape Town, they in Cape Town, they had a warehouse, one of them is promoting nasty vapes now, and I'm just like, you guys were never fucking traders to begin with. Traders don't fuck themselves up with certain shit. Literally. You started trading because you wanted freedom of time. You wanted to move how you wanted, but then you taking work. Rashid, that's exactly what I told this brother now. Panda also used to do investments, and when theirs fucked up, he disappeared off social media completely. Ghost Mafia, with me, concerning the whole pocket broker and the influencer thing, my bro, I don't trust them one moment. Have you seen the influencers? Have you seen the influencers that they use? Like, what's that other girl's name? I can't remember her name, but is it Cindy? Cindy or something. The moment I saw that, I'm like, what? What? Guys, you know that I will never ever get a brand deal from Okta, right? Because in the past, I cucked Okta out on Twitter for using Faith Nketsi. For using Faith Nketsi as an influencer for Okta. Okta blocked me immediately because I went to on Twitter. Obviously, you guys know I'm on Twitter. There's a lot of content that comes from Twitter, and I saw Faith Nketsi, right? Now we all know that video of someone smacking their D in Faith Nketsi's face, right? And I asked Okta flat out, is this what you guys stand for as a broker? Is this, because the influences that you get, that is a direct representation of your company. A direct representation of your company. So, is this what Octa stands for? Someone that is selling? Is this what Octa is standing for? Did I not get blocked off their Twitter page like ASAP? This thing of them using promoters like that. Mr. FX Ninja is also back in the game promoting a new break-in investment. Two good trades, don't go there. Don't go there. I'm probably gonna get into cut for that because last time I spoke there, gangsters came after me, my bro, but yo, fuck that cut, bro. You can't, you guys must start using like your heads. If someone has been involved in cuck about investing and cuck like that in the past, what makes you think they will do things different in the future? Keep in mind, when they did things in the past, they weren't honest. They weren't honest. Right? I mean, there's many of his clients that didn't know that while this investigation was going on, his clients can put in an application for a stay of their funds. What does that mean? That means that if the client has sufficient evidence to prove that he didn't know this was a Ponzi scheme, he didn't know this was a scam, then the government or the financial regulators busy working with the case, they will exclude that client's money from everything that's being taken. Why didn't he tell his clients that they can log an application for a stay of their funds? New investment program that is busy launching, but on the other end, he still has issues with the FCA. Nah, guys, man, you guys, at some point, you guys also need to think for yourself and to be like, I need to stay away from that. I need to stay away from that. Straight out, I can't talk around the corner because I have seen that Lux Markets partnership vibe, but I mean, even on Lux Markets end, this looks really fucking suspicious because how are you launching investment programs with someone that still has issues with the FSCA? That means you must not looking out for your business like that, most men. You come found. You come found. So now you guys know to stay away from Lux Markets also. Just there in 9370, there is one TikTok comedian that is promoting expert option. Bailey something. Is it Mikhail Bailey? I've seen him. And the thing is, guys, as you all know, currently I'm busy studying, right? Why am I studying? I'm busy studying so that I can complete my RE5 because I didn't know. And I mean, I'm not gonna use this as an excuse because to some extent it was negligent on my end also. But my research brought to me in the past that I'm not giving advice. I'm not giving signals. I'm not telling people how to trade. So I do not need to be FCA regulated, right? And I was wrong on that. So I am currently studying to get my RE5 in place so that when it comes to me doing influencing work, that doesn't have any negative effect on should it be my business profile in the public. Let me say it like that now. So you guys know, having gone through studying this thing, right, and learning that influencers need to be regulated for this, right, that just kind of made to me like, oh, now I understand why Floyd Mayweather was fined millions by the FTC. Now I know why Kim Kardashian was fined millions by the FTC. Now I know why someone like DJ Khaled, another one, got slapped by the FTC because regulations is something in the financial world that is really it's serious, right? And people like Mikhail Bailey, I don't think they understand what comes with the reckless side of doing advertising like that. I mean, as a my, but they use reputable influencers. You should tell the influence because I don't think they are aware. The influencers that Octa have been using as of late, not reputable, my bro, at all. I mean, Tando, look, I love Tando, right? She's young, she's getting a badge, she's beautiful and all that. But what does Tando know about forex trading? Honestly. And I'm asking Tando from Panda now. What does Tando that dated Sasha? What does Tando know about forex trading? There's that other chick. What's her name? I think it's Cindy Mahlango. I just want to do a quick Google search and make sure it is the right person that I'm talking about. I hate spreading disinformation. Cindy Mahlango. No, it's not Cindy Mahlango. It's Cindy something, but it's not Mahlango, man. It's one of the IG baddies. And to me, it was like, what does she know about trading? Like, let me just because these influencers have many different faces. Let me just check on social media, because if she was contracted for a campaign, then it will be there. Is it this chick? I think it's her. I think it's her. I could also be wrong, but I know it's one of the baddies in South Africa. And what does a baddie know about forex trading? Cindy Makatini. I think it's Makatini. Kipper Einstein. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I think it's Makatini. I think it's Makatini. Yes, it's her. It's her. It's Cindy Makatini. Now you tell me, what does a person that is dressed like this, what does this person know about forex trading? Look, I don't mean to get like put and or stuff like that, no. But when you have people like Cindy Matlangu, Faith and Ketsi, I see someone mentioning Cyan Buji. I haven't seen her on a forex trading ad campaign yet, but I'm somehow gonna mention her as well. If I see a broker using those type of influencers, I know Manita. That is what, the moment I see that, I know Manita. But there are a lot of big influencers that also advertise these brokers. And I mean, to me, it's not gonna change. When Nadia was promoting Okta as well, I was asking in the comments, what? Love me some Nadia Jefta. Love me some Nadia Jefta. But let's be real, what the fuck does she know about trading? Like, honestly, not to be rude, not to talk down on her, me talking down on Nadia, come on. What does she know about trading though? Would I take would I take Nadia's advice on makeup? Sure. Would I take Nadia's advice on hair? Sure. Will I take Nadia's advice on content creation? My lord, I won't miss that. I take Nadia's, but will I take her advice when it comes to... No. 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 Brendan Baker's eyes expose traders from all over the world, my bro. If I'm exposing people like TJR and FXLXG, then I will expose people like Namibian traders as well. I think the Namibian traders that we have exposed, one or two, Kamali is one. Gents, if you want a robot, learn algorithmic trading and the basics of programming self. Because believe me, these robots don't work. Only these robots that you won't hear about quants use rather. My bro, Ravi van Tonder, please don't speak about quants here. Because there's a lot of people that don't. I don't mean to sound rude or sound like I'm talking down on you guys, man. Kanala. But like someone like Ravi, a quant trader, that is someone that pays attention to the maths only. No feelings involved. Klaar. Sam Brown, do you have a video on TJR? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. 652k. Thank you for bringing me back. But we can't slam them for it. You should inform them that these influencers, that the companies aren't legit, because you would be helping and educating them too. But we can't slam them for it. I think we can, man. At some point, they also need to start being responsible. I mean, that is why you have brand campaign managers, right? That is why you have people that vet people before they take them on for campaigns. So, Emo the goat get purchases on the channel, and Ricardo is, I think you're meaning there, Ricardo Sunos. I will be going into podcasting soon. I don't actually, I know I shouldn't have said that. But I will be going into podcasting soon, and Ricardo is one of the people that I want to have a podcast with. One of my friends, I think he's always in this live. TJ Ruffle. TJ Ruffle went for classes by Ricardo. Was it last year or the year before last year? And DJ's making money from what I'm seeing. Yeah, DJ, I bet if I go onto his WhatsApp right now, you will probably find a setup that has played out there. TJ was actually the first bruh that I was like, my bro TJ, I see you taking a photo there. How's it looking? And yeah, after that TJ, after going to Ricardo Sunos, like you will permanently see TJ posting. Yeah, see, he hasn't posted for the day yet. But so that is one of the people that is also that I'm gonna bring forth. But one person that I really, really, there's two people that I really, really want on or with as a podcast guest. Number one is Prince Mazibuko, and the reason for that is I want to know how he got to that. Was it 170 something fraud charges? I want that, and I want Sandile Shazium. That is who I want, and DJ Coach and DJ. Oh, there's Riff Wayne also, but then I also want John Cutting. But then I also want Casey Foyk of the cut that he's been catching. I want all of them. I want all of them, and I will invite who I can and who wants to come. So yeah. Now, guys, I think I've been live here for how long? It's probably been an hour. I want to get to that core documents because I want to show you guys that shit really aren't as it seems. Like, these guys are really taking us for a fool. And yeah, you guys can see the reason why I'm doing this is because very often we won't see what these people go through on a face value level. When I say face value, I mean what they're going through in that exact moment, right? We very often don't see that. And for me, bringing this letter forward to you guys, no, this kind of like, I know it validates me as a researcher and all of that, no, but this validates what I've been telling you guys the whole time, that Jamal Terrence, he cannot trade, he's not a trader, he's a gambler, he's someone that would take knowledge from other people, rebrand it into his own so that you can think it's him, right? So here you can see, this is the default judgment. I think I showed this in his video, right? But here you can see Ameris Bank through its division, Balboa Capital Corporation. Here you can see Spar for Less, et al. This et al, I think that is Italian and it means and others, right? Now, just to make sure that you guys catch it, here you see the et al is Jamal Terrence Mulberry, right? That is most now Jamal. That's his real name, his full government name. Like I told you guys, we go for the jugular. We're not, we don't do the small time things. Default judgment. The defendants, Spar for Less LLC and Jamal Terrence Why am I reading wrong? The defendants, Spar for Less LLC and Jamal Terrence Mulberry, having failed to plead or otherwise defend in this action and default having been duly entered, and the court, Lee Martin May, United States District Judge, by order of February 13th, 2025, having directed the judgment issue in favor of plaintiff and against the defendants, it is hereby ordered and adjudged that the plaintiff, Ameris Bank, recover from the defendants, Spar for Less LLC and Jamal Terrence Mulberry, jointly and severally the amount of $652,133.19, dated at Atlanta, Georgia, this 14th of February 2025. So while other people were out here receiving gifts, love and roses for Valentine's Day, the people of Georgia decided, or the judge of Georgia decided, hey, let me give this man a love letter of my own. Now, this is really important, guys, because this happened when he came to South Africa. And I always tell people, listen, for that moment, that person might seem like they have it all. For that moment, that person might seem like they are the shit. For that moment, that person might seem legit. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And there wasn't just smoke there by Jamal. There was a yellow bonfire there, right? And we should have known that the moment he contracted and started paying people like Rolio, right? We should have known that this man can't trade, because his whole back end, right, of making money from his companies came through utilizing people like Rolio. Honestly, he would not have gained the notoriety with the South African audience if he didn't involve Rolio in his scheme. No cap. It is what it is. He can get mad at this, because he must get mad when I tell people on Twitter that he cannot trade. He can get mad at this. He can throw his toys out the cot. He can even take that fake veneers out of his mouth if he wants to. But the fact remains that if he hadn't paid Rolio and people like Liam, Zahir, if he hadn't paid them, he would have been a nothing in the eye of the South African consumer, right? So, with all of that said, no, because guys, let's be real. If I scammed a bank for 200,000 rand in South Africa, like, sure, maybe I would have gotten some clout or credit off it, but the money wouldn't have lasted. 200,000 rand is not the same as $200,017. Wait, let me be exact. $217,377.73. It's 37 or 33 cents. 37 or 73 cents. Let me just get that correct number. We're going to go through this document now, and you guys will see exactly what a skialum this guy was. You guys will see exactly what a skialum he was. Where's that number now? 200. I know it's like I said, $217,377.73. Now, how did it all come about? Before I get into this, because this is a long document, guys. Yeah, it's 25 pages to be exact. So I'm going to give you guys, those of you who cannot stay that long, who's maybe on a lunch break or so, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown, and then I'm going to go through this so that you can catch the going through this afterwards, right? So basically what happened was, right, Jamal opened a company called 360 Spinning Pick LLC. That company he fronted as a photo booth company. Now, you guys must know that, like, he's so even, they can't even get creative in the names that they use, because you guys must know, the social media tool that took the world by storm is that 360 spinner thing, where you stand in the middle and the thing with the phone spins around you and it takes a video and selfies and all of that of you. Cool. That was the behind that. But don't be fooled, because this man didn't have any photographic equipment, right? That's number one. Number two, when that didn't work for him, he changed the company's name from 360 Spin Pick LLC to Spar for Less LLC, right? Now, he used, this time he got a little bit smarter, because he used Spar for Less to kind of piggyback off is a buy right, sell on and spar equipment, and he used that to defraud the bank. Now, how did that come about, right? If you had to go and search for his company address, Spar for Less, you would come across a address of buy right, sell on and spar equipment, right? But because you come to a spar and equipment web address, you're gonna say to yourself, nah, this is the business. The business stands from 1936 already. This business whom he chose to piggyback off of, this business is very revered in the beauty industry. So on his behalf, that was a little bit smart because he used buy rights image to tout up Spar for less, and he used that to defraud the bank. Now, he just didn't do it with Spar for less alone. Our friend Jamal created fake identities. Now, that should be a link that should tell you guys as to how fraudulent this guy is, because he went about creating fake identities with forged documents. Keep in mind, the people that he made up, they don't exist. So any document that he is gonna give in their name, it is a forged document. So he had 4 fake identities that he set up. Oh wait, 3. It's most now him, Spar for less, and the other 3. Together, they defrauded Emira's bank out of $217,377.73. So, that is the short end of it. No? I'm going to give you the long end of it now. On September 11, 2023, Emira's FDIC insured bank filed its complaint against Spar for less and Mulberry, collectively defendants, on or about August 2, 2024. The court entered its order authorizing Emira's to serve Mulberry through alternative means pursuant to FRCP. Now, I want to stop here. Through alternative means. He's most not in the country, in the US. So what does alternative means? They served him through alternative means. What does that mean? Emira's complied with the order by personally serving the summons and complaint upon Mulberry's mother. That is why one of his fake identities that he made has the surname Johnson. Anera Johnson Mulberry, between brackets, on August 7, 2024, and serving Mulberry through email on 8th of August 2024, August 14, 2024, and August 20, 2024, in the matter required by the order. Now, I want to walk here for a moment quickly. Anera Johnson, his mother. This is how much of a sleeky slime this fucknut is. I'm sorry for swearing. Guys, I humbly apologize for swearing, man. I don't want to, but this makes me angry. You are catching on all of this cut, but your mother must stand. This is why people say men are mommy's babies, because of idiots like this, my bro. Like, how are you gonna defraud a whole bank and then spot, leaving your mother behind? America is very well a collateral damage country. What I mean by that, if they can't get to you, they will get to your next of kin. He knew this. He knew this. You can't tell me he didn't know it. September 17, 2024 was the last day that Mulberry could have timely served his answer on Emira's. Mulberry failed to file a timely answer, and on October 8, 2024, the clerk of court entered default against Mulberry on the court's docket. So him not responding, that is almost like an admittance to everything. Because he's not making a counter argument. He's not countering what is being said here. By default, defendants now admit each of the facts alleged in Emira's complaint. Mulberry, Kialana Glover, and Michael Caprio organized Spar for the purpose of deceiving plaintiff. Now, in case the name Michael Caprio is somewhat familiar to you guys, Michael Caprio, when we first exposed Jamal, you guys remember that I made a video on Jamal that didn't pay his employees? This is one of those employees. Because his name is on official documents, he's also done for. He's also, and I know for a fact, Michael Caprio, if there was any scam involved, right, which we now know there were, he didn't know about it. I didn't pick that up while I was speaking to this guy over the phone through WhatsApp texts. And as you guys have seen now, when it comes to phone calls, it can actually last very long. It can actually last very long. So, seeing that, right? Because for me, it was always like, Michael Caprio, Michael Caprio, Michael Caprio, you know so much. Now I know why he knows so much. Mulberry, Glover, and Caprio first organized Spa under the name of 360 Spin Pick LLC. What did I tell you guys? On August 29, 2022, 360 Spin Pick LLC changed its name to Spa. August 29, 2022. Isn't that round about the time that Jamal landed here in South Africa? Just saying. On September 20, 2022, Spin Pick LLC changed its registered agent to Johnson. We know where Johnson comes from. We know where Johnson comes from. As you can read here, his mother's surname is Anera Johnson, and one of the aliases that he used to scam people, he used JT Johnson, and we know JT stands for Jamal Terren. So, for me, seeing all of that cuck, I was just like, nah, you were definitely up to something, because how do you have all of these aliases? He was going by Jamal Terrence Mulberry, government name. Then he also went by JT Mulberry. Remember, we knew him as Jamal Terrence, ne? We didn't know him as Jamal Terrence Mulberry. That only came out after I put in ample investigation into this, bruh. JT Mulberry, T Mulberry, LaShawn Mulberry, Jamal Terrence Johnson, and JT Johnson. Hectic, no? Why would he need all of these names? Isn't this... Guys, when I say all the scammers are the same, fucking believe me. Because isn't what he is doing here with the alias the exact same thing that scammers are doing when we expose them? I mean, landlord for an example. When we exposed him, he was landlord. Then he became black forex operations. What? Then he now has another name. When you say that name, Rich Forever. I was gonna say when you say that name, you will think of Rick Ross. But Rich Forever. Do you guys see the patterns? Whenever a scammer gets exposed, he moves on to the next image that he can use. This bruh didn't count on us finding out his government name. But you guys must know me. Nothing can stay a secret from me for very long. Me, I'll be honest, my bro. I'm a busybody. I'm in color terms, right? I would be called bus. A bus on a villa. A bus without wheels. Why am I a bus on a villa? Because I want to be everywhere, every time, all at once. I will find out your government name if it's the last thing I do. As you can see, you must stay in America. I will pull your file. I will pull your file. On September 20, 2022, Spin Pick LLC changed its registered agent to Johnson and changed its principal and registered office address to 3070 Business Park Drive, Suite G, Norcross, Georgia 3035. However, Byrite Salon and Spa Equipment, a business established in 1936, was located on that very same address. That very same address. That is how he got away with pulling the wool over the bank's eyes. Straight up. Defendants represented to Amiris that Spa maintained a business at the by right address to deceive Amiris into believing Spar maintained an established business at the location. Mulberry knew that Spar did not maintain a business at the by right address. On August 30, 2022, Mulberry caused Spar to use the by right address in an attempt to assume by right's identity. Now, in case you guys don't know, let me use a term that you might be familiar with. What Mulberry tried doing there, what Jamal, I'm not going to call him Mulberry because we're going to get confused here. What Jamal, there's it. Essentially what Jamal tried doing now was identity hijacking. That is what he tried to do there, and it failed. Likewise, in an effort to mislead, Mulberry caused Spar to create a website listing Spar's address as 3075 Business Park Drive, Suite HI, Norcross, Georgia 30071, and depicting various spa and beauty equipment. Now, just look here. Here, it's listed as 3070 Business Park Suite G. 3070 Business Park Suite G. But on the website, it is listed as 3075 Business Park Suite H to I. I don't know how stupid this bro was when he set up this. I don't know how stupid he was. The address is fictitious, and Spar did not own any of the Spar beauty and salon equipment advertised on its website. In fact, at no time has Spar owned any inventory of spa and beauty products. Yet Jamal had a whole website luring people in that he can scam. So this shows that Jamal was fraudulent and a scammer long before he touched the forex industry. No wonder Black China threw him out of her house. Beginning of August 30, 2022, the day after Spar officially changed its name and assumed the by right address, Mulberry began using Spar as an instrument to induce Amiris into disbursing loan proceeds to defendants based upon fraudulent loan documents, altered driver's licenses, and false invoices issued by Spar. Defendants submitted the loan documents, altered driver's license, and false invoices to Amiris using eOriginal, an electronic submission portal used by Amiris. eOriginal allowed defendants to input the data in designated fields of the document, which were transmitted to Amiris' computer server via the internet. Now, why this was, or let me rather say, eOriginal, right, relies on the information that you give them. So if all of the information that you are giving eOriginal is false, even though it's false, it will look real. Even though it's false, it will look real. And I think this is what Jamal also knew. I want to see quickly if I can get... So this is the loan amounts that Jamal took out on these people. And I mean, here you can see borrower forged the loan amount, the fraudulent documents used, and where the funds were sent to, right? First, we have Russell with $55,934.01. He gave a forged EFA. We will get into an EFA, what that is very soon. A forged invoice and a forged delivery certificate. Because remember, because it is an equipment business, delivery drivers are needed to get the equipment from the business to the client and back, right? No equipment were delivered because, as is mentioned in our court letters, in our court filings that we have, there was no equipment. So no equipment could be delivered, right? Then we have Bella for a total of $59,888.25. The documents that was given was forged documents and an altered ID. That is one of the fake identities. Remember that I thought this is also a fake identity though. All of them is actually. But here you can see these are the documents that was handed in through the name Bella, right? Funds were sent to Spar for Less, which is a bank account that Mulberry directly manages. It's his bank account, basically, right? Then we have Bella for Suzanne Klein for $51,000, right? $51,041.65, forged documents and altered ID, same as above, and a forged license of Klein, right? And then last we have Mowbray, which sounds very, very similar to Mulberry. This was a total of $50,513.82. With Mowbray, he also sent through a forged EFA, a forged invoice, and a forged delivery certificate. And yet again, no inventory existed. So, when you see things like this, right, you guys must always take into consideration that if this guy was fraudulent before he came into this industry, he's most definitely going to be fraudulent when he leaves, right? One thing that I wanted to show you guys was all of these documents that is being mentioned here. We have access to them, right? No, we have access to them. Let me show you guys. Twitter.com. Just want to show you guys how I got there, because sometimes people think that I suck things out of my thumb. I'm going to take you to that official website now. There's it. So, as you guys know, I follow, no, it's not this post. I follow Tilt Boy Benny Alikuku. It's this one. I follow Tilt Boy Benny Alikuku, and that is where I got, because look, I'm not gonna act like I was following him, and I saw that these documents were released, and then I put in, or I made ample steps to be able to retrieve the documents, right? So, go in, there's the Pacer Monitor website, right? As you guys can see, Riddle 2017 at outlook.com dashboard, and I just want to show you guys something quickly. So as you guys can see, Pacer Monitor, it's the exact same website. I just want to show you guys $99 monthly, right? So with that, I have every single piece of information that was submitted or that is relevant to this court case. Here's all of the documents, all of them, from the beginning up until where we are right now. Wednesday, April 23, 2025. Here you can see it. So, seeing this should already let you guys know that, nah man, this is, and as you can see, his docket was updated 8 hours ago. So, having all of this here, right, that just lets you know that from the beginning to the end, we can track what's been happening with this company. From the beginning to the end. Yeah, you can see, here's all of the documents in support of Ameris Bank's case, right? Declaration of Edward Bayer, declaration of Anthony Smith, declaration of James Grant, declaration of... Now, this is all, I bet, cases that has happened with something like this. So, because the case previously happened, I think Ameris Bank's lawyers just tagged these cases just to show that it's not, number one, it's not a new thing, and also to help, I wouldn't say to help the judge in its ruling, but to show that in the past, people were caught for the very same thing, and these were the sentences, right? So, there is nothing that Jamal Terren can say that, oh, stuff is maybe fake, or no, there's nothing like that. I wonder what this is. Guys, here y'all can see 15 cents per page. So let's just check what this is. View document. Okay, so this is probably file documents that has been posted. Okay, yes. So this is the file document that has been posted off to Atlanta, Georgia for processing. But there you guys can see it's been found, and also just to show you guys, because I exposed Jamal Terrence, this is what I get. Because I exposed him, this is what I'm getting. I don't trust this man at all, my bro. And previously, they were, on this photo, there were people calling him out for his nonsense. And he deleted their comments. He's launching a new company, Play Market Kings. We need to keep an eye on that as well. Oh, he deleted the photo entirely. Oh no, here's the photo. Here's it. So as you guys can see, 8 comments, ne? There was 8 comments, supposed to be 8. There's only 2. Where's the others? I'm sorry for laughing. I just love it when a scammer gets dealt with. I just love it when a scammer gets dealt with. So there's all the loan documents. If you guys want me to go and take off that loan documents and download them, purchase them so that we can disseminate them, let me know and I will most definitely do that for you guys. But let's continue. When Mulberry submitted the loan documents to Ameris, Mulberry represented to Ameris that each signature in the loan document was the authorized authentic signature of the person represented as the person signing the document. However, the purported signatory on each loan document neither signed nor authorized the signing of the loan document. Rather, Mulberry forged each of the signatures on the loan documents. So, some of the people whose documents got signed and sent off, they didn't give permission for that. So, it is clear now that he's not only running from the bank, he's running from people as well. And this is why I believe, because he was scratching with other people's identity and forging documents, I believe that is where the Rico case became tangible, I would say. Applicable. There's the better word. Applicable. Yeah, I know some of you guys only know Rico, and I'll be honest, I only knew Rico because of the YSL court case with Young Thug and all of them. But now we can see the power of a fucking Rico. Now we understand why Young Thug had probably one of the best law teams in history. Because a Rico is flippant powerful. And I believe this is the reason why Jamal got hit with a Rico. Defendants also submitted the loan documents, including the invoices and delivery and acceptance certificates with false addresses and telephone numbers of each debtor described in each. Now, like I said, guys, all of this, we can get them. All of this is here. All of that is here. We can get them. You must just let me know. Defendants knew that the addresses and the telephone numbers of each debtor were false. Defendants used the false addresses to deceive Amiris into believing it was dealing with the established business located at each address in the loan documents. Further, defendants submitted copies of altered driver's licenses purporting to be the driver's license of Klein and Friedel Williamson to Amiris. Rico, defendants knew that Friedel Williamson's ik is op het, ik is too much so. Let me calm down gewoon. Defendants knew that Friedel Williamson's driver's license and Klein's driver's license were forged. Pursuant to each forged EFA, each debtor purportedly granted Amiris a security interest in the equipment described in the forged EFA and the appropriate invoice. EFA, I think this is a financial agreement. I think EFA is a financial agreement. Let's check real quick. There's an equipment finance agreement. It's an equipment finance agreement. So whenever you see EFA, equipment finance agreement, because equipment must. By submitting a forged equipment, by submitting a forged EFA, a forged delivery certificate, a forged disbursement authorization, and a false invoice to Amiris, defendants represented, Spar delivered and installed the equipment described in each EFA and invoice. However, Spar did not deliver any of the equipment described in the invoice. On each occasion, each invoice requested plaintiff to disburse the loan proceeds into a bank account maintained by defendants at Piedmont Bank in New York. Here you can see, here's all of the documents. Let me know, I'll go fetch it for you. Each invoice listed Mulberry's personal address as the business address of the receiving bank account. You thought you were smart. You thought you had it all figured out, but actually you were fucking cut dumb. You were cut dumb. You are like literally giving the bank your address where you are staying. If I'm stealing this money and I can't pay back, come and fetch me at this address. And the only cuck is, they didn't get you, they got your mother. They got your mother. You a pig, bruh. Just for that, you a pig. You a pig. Defendants received loan proceeds totaling to $217,377.73 in connection with the 4 transactions. Just 4 transactions got this man close to, if not more than 4 million rand. According to my last conversion, it was 3.9 million. 4 transactions. 4 transactions. Chill. And to think this bra came to South Africa to tell us we are poor, meanwhile he's the one that's scamming banks. On each occasion, Amiris disbursed the loan proceeds to the Spar for Less JT Mulberry bank account with Piedmont Bank in New York via ACH, relying upon each of the loan documents. So guys, what had happened is, right, he sent all of these documents through, because you guys might not understand, if this was fake, how did Amiris send all of this money, right? So before Amiris found out that these were forged documents, right, the equipment that Jamal purported, that he portrayed he had, that equipment served as, what did we call America now recently? Come on guys, stay with me. Collateral damage. So, if the equipment that he said he had didn't, I don't want to say cancel out the loan amount, but if it wasn't that considerable, he wouldn't have gotten that amount. So he portrayed to have all of these equipment whereby if a loss was sustained through him, he was able to offset the loss with his equipment. That is how he got the money. He made it seem like he had collateral that he never had. That is how he got it. Defendants received the benefit of the loan proceeds by delivering forged loan documents and without delivering any of the equipment serving as Ameris's what did I just tell you? Serving as Ameris's collateral. What did I just tell you? You can't get a bank loan if you do not have collateral, especially when it's like this. Especially, and to those that's not understanding, again, collateral damage, right? Or collateral is basically, let's say now you remember that year that you didn't have a bicycle and your best friend had a bicycle, but your best friend didn't want you to ride on the bicycle. So to buy his trust, what did you tell your best friend? Hold my strawberry bonbon. If I don't come back with your bike, you can eat my strawberry bonbon. The strawberry bonbon is what? Collateral. I know this is a really weird, a weird example, especially of strawberry bonbons, but you guys understand what collateral is, right? You guys understand what collateral is. And Amiris believed it. Amiris believed it. But obviously when they checked out, it seemed like neither Spray had it all together. Despite Amiris's July 31, 2023 demand for defendants to return the entire amount of $217,377.73, defendants are still in possession of the loan proceeds from all the EFA's equipment finance agreements, totaling a sum of $217,377.73. Defendants' retention of the benefits after failing to deliver proper loan documents or the equipment is unjust. Not only unjust, it is illegal. On May 1st, 2024, Amiris filed for its motion for final partial default judgment against Spar for Less LLC. Amiris now requests the court to enter default judgment against Spar and Mulberry. Now, this is where things take a step up now, right? They gave the money to Jamal. They saw things weren't correct. They asked him for the money back. He went and fled South Africa, Nigeria. And now, because he has ignored them, Interests has made a $217,377.73 loan. Interest has now made $652,133.19. All because he didn't want to, A summary of the relief sought. Amiris requests the court to enter default judgment in its favor against defendants jointly and severally as to count XIV and or count XV, the Roman numerals. X is 10, as to count 14 or count 15 in the amount of $652,133.19, or in the alternative as to counts 6 through 9, 10 through 12, 16 through XIX. I'm out by the Roman numerals here. I'm out by the Roman numerals here. Oh wait, no. I'm back. I don't know XIX. I don't know XIX. But XX, it's obviously 20 through 23 or 24 through 27 of the complaint. XIX threw me off there, but I gathered myself really quickly there. They want also the standard for default judgment, and they gave a whole description as to what the standard is and what happened to make that standard be applicable, if I can say it like that. And then counts 6, right? This is where I now want to pause for a moment, because there's a lot of people in South Africa that their whole business relies on fraudulent misrepresentation. And this is something that I've been speaking about for the longest of time. And I know, guys, because I'm the first one to have spoken about fraudulent misrepresentation, When someone else speaks about it now, it's gonna get the world's attention, right? But for the longest of time, I've been warning you guys against fraudulent misrepresentation. Now, what does fraudulent misrepresentation mean? Simply put, it is you representing yourself to be something that you are not. Most importantly, for financial gain. Most importantly, for financial gain. Ameris is entitled to default judgment against defendants jointly and severally in the amount of $217,377.73 arising from defendants' fraudulent misrepresentations related to the loan documents. Fraud has 5 elements: a false representation by a defendant, a scienter, intention to induce the plaintiffs to act or refrain from acting, 4, justifiable reliance by the plaintiff, and 5, damage to the plaintiff. Now they show it all. And they just don't explain, this is what this brat did to me. They quote court cases where similar issues were handled. Basically, they handed Jamal's ass to the prosecutors. Or, no, the prosecutors handed Jamal's ass to the judge. There's it. Mulberry made numerous false representations to Ameris to induce it to disburse the loan proceeds. Mulberry represented the signatures it submitted with the loan documents were authorized and authenticate when in reality they were neither signed nor authorized by the purported signatory. The signatures were simply forgeries. Yo, this bra is dik fraudulent, my bro. Mulberry submitted loan documents including the invoices and delivery certificates with a false address and telephone number of the debtor described in the loan documents. Mulberry represented that SPA maintained a business at the by right address to deceive Ameris into believing SPA maintained an established business at the location. So this is probably where is that? Justifiable reliance by the plaintiff. So basically what that means is the plaintiff, the bank, is now showing the judge why they relied on the documents that Jamal gave them before they found out it were forgeries, obviously, right? And I mean, that is, and as you guys can see, they listed it nicely. Second, fraud requires a showing of scienter. Okay, so what they did here first was they showed the where's that now? They showed number one, the misrepresentation. Where is that? So they showed the false representation first, no? Now it's the scienter. And basically a scienter is basically just someone that knew of the falsehood. Where is that now, man? A scienter. Scienter refers to the knowledge of the falsehood. And then the quote cases. By default, Mulberry admits he knew the following. The person purporting to sign each loan document neither signed the document nor authorized his or her electronic signature to be placed upon the document. The address and the telephone number of each debtor described in each EFA were false. SPA used the by right address to deceive Ameris. Am I missing number 4 and number 5? 4, Mulberry knew that SPA did not maintain a business at the by right address. Number 5, Mulberry knew that the address of each debtor described in each invoice and delivery certificate was false, and Mulberry used the false address to deceive Ameris. Number 6, Mulberry knew that Friedel Williamson's driver's license and client's driver's license were forged. 7, Mulberry did not deliver or even own any of the equipment described in the invoices. Accordingly, these judicially admitted facts conclusively establishes Mulberry's knowledge of the falsehoods of his representation. So the scientist just got exposed. Like, this proves that he knew what he was doing. He knew that he was processing fraudulent documents. He knew that he was busy scamming a bank. That is what the scienter, or whatever the case may be, that is what that shows, right? Third, fraud requires a showing of an intention to induce the plaintiff to act or refrain from acting, right? And then they quote Woodstone townhouse, right? By default, Mulberry admits the following. Mulberry represented to Amiris that Spar maintained a business at by right address to receive Amiris into believing Spar maintained an established business at the location. Number 2, Mulberry used this address to deceive Amiris. Number 3, Mulberry used the false addresses for each debtor to deceive Amiris. Number 4, Mulberry made each of the false representation with the intention and purpose of deceiving and inducing Amiris into dispersing defendants the amounts contained in the invoices totaling a sum of $217,377.73. Each of these judicially admitted facts conclusively established Mulberry made the fraudulent representation with the intent to induce Amiris to loan money to Spar. Finally, fraud requires a showing of justifiable reliance upon the fraud. Finally, fraud requires a showing of justifiable reliance upon the fraudulent representations and damages arising from the fraudulent representations. Amiris reasonably relied upon the misrepresentation and disbursed a sum of $217,377.73. Yo, I know that number by heart by now already. Sorry. Yeah. Based on the judicially admitted facts set forth above, Amiris' reliance upon Mulberry's representations was reasonable based upon the information Mulberry provided to Amiris. Oh my goodness. They caught him. As a scam exposer, I must tell you guys, I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much. And we're only by page 11. We're only by page 11. Then there's counts 10 through 11. Sorry, counts 10 through 13, negligent misrepresentations. And that is also the negligent misrepresentations related to the loan documents. And then the fact that they are quoting cases, my bro, where it has happened before, that is the scary part to me, because fraud is something that you think that you would catch someone with it, people would learn, but then they don't. And that is the sad part of it all. It like goes on and on and on and on and on. Yo, something intense is going on here. Mulberry admits sufficient facts to establish that Amiris has been damaged by the enterprise established by Spar, Mulberry, Glover, and Caprio to commit a pattern of bank fraud and wire fraud. Mulberry admits Mulberry, Glover, Caprio, Johnson as individuals, and Spar, so is Johnson his mother? As individuals, and Spar are capable of holding a legal or beneficial interest in property and is a person within the meaning of Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 1961(3). Mulberry admits Amiris is an FDIC insured bank. Further, Mulberry admits number 1, Mulberry, Glover, and Caprio organized Spar to deceive plaintiff and other persons into believing Spar was a legitimate vendor of beauty and spa equipment. Number 2, Mulberry used Spar as an instrument to defraud plaintiff, which is most now obviously Amiris Bank. On November 2, 2021, Mulberry, Kialana Glover, and Michael Caprio first organized Spar under the name 360 Spin Pick LLC. Number 4, on August 29, 2022, Spar changed its name from 360 Spin Pick to Spar. 5, on September 20, 2022, Spar changed its principal and registered office address to the Bayreuth address. Number 6, at that time, Bayreuth operated its business at the Bayreuth. How dumb is this, bruh? Chio. The business was still there. The address that is faking, the business was still there, my bro. Yeah, Mulberry. You acted so smart when you came to South Africa, yet we're finding out that you are actually cuckdom. Spar and Mulberry used the Bayreuth address in an attempt to assume Bayreut's identity and provide the appearance of a legitimate identity hijacking, which was obviously an effort to mislead the bank. Um, in an effort to mislead Amiris and others, Mulberry and Spark created a website listing Spark's address as 3075 Business Park Drive, Suite HI No Cross, Georgia 30071, which is a fictitious address that does not appear in the property records for Gwinnett County and depicting various spa and beauty equipment. So the website listed a different address than the address that is sent through to the banks. Highly disingenuous. Highly fucking disingenuous. Shar. You thought he was smart though. Spa could not and did not deliver any of the equipment described in the invoices because Spa did not own any inventory of the spa, beauty, and salon equipment. In furtherance of the enterprise, Mulberry, under the guise of Spa, submitted loan documents with forged or unauthorized signatures, altered customer driver's licenses, and false invoices to Balboa, Amiris' division, to induce Amiris to fund the fraudulent loan documents. I believe the person who processed the loan document and who approved the loan document, that person should also get investigated, because there's no way that you just check through the files and the documents and you approve them. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Spa and Mulberry electronically submitted the loan documents, the altered driver's licenses, and the false invoices to Ameris by means of the electronic submission portal used by Balboa eOriginal. eOriginal allowed Spa and Mulberry to input the data in designated fields of the documents, which was transmitted to Ameris' computer server by electronic means using the internet. Now that concept, I think it's money laundering that this constitutes. Um, no, not money laundering. Sorry, wire fraud. This constitutes wire fraud because you have to be able to prove that electronics was used in this whole process, right? Um, with meaning electronics, I would mean WhatsApp messages, emails, texts, normal texts, I iPhone messages, iMessage, um, anything that has to do with communication over electronic devices, wire fraud. That is why he's being held for, or he's being charged with wire fraud as, or sorry, he got he got convicted for wire fraud. They just need to catch him now. Um, and this is how he was able to fake things through electronically submitting stuff. On each occasion, each invoice requested Amiris to disburse the loan proceeds into a bank account maintained by Spa and Mulberry at Piermont Bank. Number 14, each invoice listed Mulberry's personal address as Spa's business address for the receiving bank account. Amiris disbursed the loan proceeds for each EFA, totaling $277,377.73 to the Spa for less JT Mulberry bank account with Piermont Bank in New York via ACH, relying upon each of the forged, altered, and false documents. Number 16, Mulberry and Spa received loan proceeds, we know the amount now, in connection with the four fraudulent transactions. As a direct result of Mulberry's and Spa's fraudulent actions, Amiris has incurred actual damages of $277,377.73. So basically, they put it into detail. Wagwan. And I appreciate them for that. Now, as you guys know, he got hit with two Rico charges. One was a federal Rico charge and one was a Georgia Rico charge. We will get into that shortly, but yeah, you can see here's why he's being held for racketeering as well, by virtue, or convicted for racketeering as well, sorry. By virtue of the aforementioned admitted facts, Amiris has sufficiently established that Mulberry and Spa 1 operated or managed to an enterprise 3 through a pattern of 4 racketeering activity that included at least 2 types of racketeering activities, 4 acts of bank fraud and 4 acts of wire fraud. Now, the reason why there's 4 is because of these 4. That's why he has 4 counts of those of those charges, bank fraud and wire fraud. That 5, a merely sustained injury in the amount. We know the amount. I don't want to say it anymore, man. Sorry. And 6, the injury was by reason of the substantive Rico violation. And then they also quote a case where it has happened before. Ameris is entitled to recover from defendants threefold of its sustained damages. Threefold. 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 For stealing $217,377.73. Threefold. Yarr. Yarr. That makes the total $652,133.19, guys. Count 15, Georgia Rico claim. Alternatively, this court should enter judgment in favor of Ameris against defendants jointly and severally in the amount of $652,133.19 for treble damages. I think I've made it clear in the video that I made about Jamal. Terrence, if you haven't watched that video, please go and check it out. Please, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go and check that video out. For treble damages arising from defendant's violation of the organized crime something. Through its pattern of theft by deception and forgery. Jamal, you came to South Africa to come shit on people. Meanwhile, you were a thief this whole time. You know what now? You know what? This man has to be the biggest scammer because our scammers aren't even brazen enough to catch on shit like this. Our scammers aren't even brave enough to catch on cuck like this. It wouldn't surprise me if he made a PPP loan as well during the COVID time. It wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so that is the Georgia Rico, but let me just go into it a little bit further. Georgia Rico statutes require an interconnectedness between the predicate crimes, and then they tag a case. Racketeering activity means to attempt to commit, or to solicit, coerce, or intimidate another person to commit, among others, theft in violation of Article 1 of Chapter 8 of this title, and forgery in any degree in violation of Code Section 1691 of the Organized Crime. Yeah. Theft by deception occurs when a person obtains property by any deceitful means or artful practice with the intention of depriving the owner of the property. Deceit occurs when a person intentionally creates or confirms another's impression of an existing fact or past event, which is false and which the accused knows or believes to be false. To show theft by deception, Ameris must show that a false impression was created as to an existing fact, as well as show the defendant's knowledge of its falsity. Forgery in the first degree occurs in either of three ways: by knowingly and with intent to defraud, uttering a writing in a fictitious name, or two, in such a manner that the writing purports to have been made by another person at another time with different provisions, or three, in such a manner that the writing purports to have been made by the authority of one who did not give such authority. So I believe number three is applicable to Jamal here. It is sufficient to prove forgery by showing an intent to defraud coupled with the possession of an altered writing and delivery thereof. The elements for proving second-degree forgery are the same as those for the first-degree forgery, except that there is no requirement that the accused utter or deliver the writing. Okay! I've learned something there as well. Yeah. Mulberry's admissions established a pattern of theft by deception and a pattern of forgery in the first and second degree. Mulberry submitted each EFA equipment finance agreement, I believe, to Ameris with forged signatures for the purpose of deceiving Ameris into paying Mulberry the loan proceeds from each transaction. Hey! I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. So basically, this is how he got caught up. Counts 16 through. Now I know what XIX is. XIX is 19. Sorry. Counts 16 through 19 conversion. I need to make you guys understand this also because I do mention that he benefited through the conversion that was made through lying. Alternatively, Ameris is entitled to the default judgment against defendants jointly and severally in the amount of $217,377.73, arising from the defendant's conversion of the amounts disbursed by Ameris to SPAR pursuant to the 4 EFAs. So he's gonna get hit on that as well. And I mean, it's about time that these guys, they get caught up because they've been catching on this cuck for the longest of time. Then here's another count. Counts 1 through 5, breach of contract and claim for attorney's fees. So basically, what this company is basically saying here is that Mulberry most now owes them the $217,377.73, but they are also seeking this amount because this is interest that's been accruing at the per diem rate of $107.20. Now let me just hold on because I know sometimes words that people don't understand, it throws them off, right? Per diem, right? Per day. Per diem, per day. And look, it's simple. We, growing up, you've always heard carpe diem, carpe diem. And when you convert carpe diem to English, what does it say? Seize the day, not so? So, per diem, per day. So for this whole time that Jamal didn't respond, this whole time that he didn't make any payments to this debt that he has, each day, even for today, a $107.20 got added to his bill for not paying. Do you guys now understand why he is hopping from starting company to company to company? Because when Rolio was still working for him, he had FX Connect, where he paid Rolio to teach people how to trade. Right? When he got exposed for True Trader Fund, which was the prop firm, he then rebranded that. If you look on his profile now, you will see that it is TTFX, True Trader Forex, from True Trader Fund. And now keep in mind, if there's nothing wrong with TTFX, why does he need to go and open Play Market Kings, which is another company that he started? Like, for me at this point, he's diversifying his scams. He's scamming people from a whole lot of different fronts so that he can collect this money so that he can go home. That is what I believe. That is honestly what I believe. That is honestly what I believe. Ameris is entitled to accrue interest on the outstanding principal amounts at the rate of 18% per annum. Per annum is like per year, ne? In addition to the principal amount of $217,377.73 as of October 11th, 2024, interest in the amount of $77,053.71 has been added, and late charges in the amount of $2,382.30 have accrued. I don't mean to laugh, guys, but this bro came to South Africa And he told us flat out, we were broke. And this is why I'm always telling you guys, when people attack me, when people attack you for no fucking apparent reason, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. When people are attacking me or they're attacking you, which is what he did, for no apparent reason, why are you attacking me? What have I done to you? Let me. So now you guys understand where the judgment comes from, because this is the judgment. This is the judgment. Now you guys understand to the full extent, piece by piece, sentence by sentence. You guys now understand where the judgment comes from and how we got to that huge figures. It's insane that you would find that there is people out here that is still defending Jamal in the nonsense that he's doing. Let me just go lube up a little bit. Get to the comments go. How is it? Are we exposing express funding? We're not exposing express funding, but come. Get me on my Instagram at official Fix. The goats are back. The goats are back. The goats are back. Setu, thank you so much for joining, man. I apologize for not getting back to the comments, because I realized that in order for me to go through the document like I did just now, I have to avoid the comments, because I'm gonna like respond to the comments. It's gonna take longer than it should have. But guys, I'm telling y'all straight out, this is intense, because we were always told that we are wrong. That is what we were always told. We were poor. That is what we were always taught. And because a lot of people felt something by it, right? Because some people felt something by it, it's like, nah, man, it can't be. This price is too rich. It can't be. How's it back? Loving the work as always. Thank you so much, Lobonostics. Is DJ Coach still scamming the poor every single day? That price is still back on it. Yeah, the Goats is back. The Goats is back. And this time, they are starting something with Kojo yet again. And one thing that I am finding highly disingenuous about these guys is that they have barely closed one company that was scamming people fucked up, and now they're opening another one. This group of theirs, right? And I actually sent a message into their Telegram. No, they're not back in SA, but they're back with a new scam though. In this video, they are explaining to people that they have deposited $500 and they want to show people how they are taking $500 to huge amounts. Now, guys, where I coughed at that was, haven't you been showing the people this whole time how you make money through the markets? So what difference is it now? Haven't you, let me just show you guys something, because this is most now the new group on Telegram. They didn't respond. It's called Almighty. It's called Almighty Formula. Almighty Formula. I pressed start. Now when you press start in the group, it's gonna respond back to you, right? And I think they did this where they manually, because the thing is this, guys, someone sent me what is going on in that group, and there is like membership from is it what? $299, and then there's membership up to $2,999. And I was like, what the fuck are the goats doing? And their reason for starting this is very lackluster. Haven't they started the $50 account where we caught them cheating and lying to us? Haven't they started that and grown that to a huge amount to show people that they can trade? So why is this necessary? That's all I'm asking. Why is this necessary? If they have been, because now they closed the expense funded, they're going to take a step back, but then you're back with a new scheme. It was not going to work like that, guys. And what I don't think these guys understand is that the jail in UAE is much less, it's much less lenient than jails here in South Africa. So here you guys can see, let me just, okay, I didn't switch back now. Let me switch back quickly. So here you guys can see I popped into the Fxgoat Instagram, and they haven't blocked me here. They're probably gonna block me soon. And I mean, guys, just check here. I've been, from their stuff, I've been blocked. Tapelo Goat. Let me do it like this. Let me show it to you like this. Just look here. Because we know their Instagram handles, right? We know their Instagram. Tapelo, no, that is the wrong account. Tapelo, Fxgoat, Instagram. Yeah. I've been blocked. I've been blocked. Blockile. Keep blockile. That is what happened to me. But like I said, they haven't blocked me from the Fxgoat account. Emmanuel. Shout out to ETV. Emmanuel Goat. Instagram. Emmanuel Tumelo Mabitsela. Okay, so he hasn't blocked me. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. But the other one, it is what it is. I guess he doesn't want to be followed like that. But here it is.
What's up, guys? The challenge is officially live, guys.
I think you guys can't see him, so let me just do this quickly.
Be trading for the next 30 days. As you can see, we've all funded our accounts with $500 real money.
I want to pause there quickly. When you fund your account, do you fund it with fake money? Do you fund it with monopoly money? Wait, guys, the signs are there. The signs are there. If you deposit money, right, you must don't deposit into a demo account. So there's no way it cannot be real money. But why must you make it a point to be $500 real money? Is it because we maybe caught you trading on a demo before? And no, not maybe we caught you, we definitely caught you. There's evidence for that.
Then it's gonna be about us showcasing the power of the almighty formula, and we can make the most amount of money in the next 30 days. You guys heard it, man. We're going head to head. Want to show you guys with this strategy, you can literally go small accounts into big amounts. So as long as you want to join the almighty formula bootcamp, watch each of our Instagram accounts, see what we're trading, make money, and then join the best in the game.
And guys, remember, this is a very limited sport, right? We're doing this.
Very limited spot. You can't, my bro, people can tell me what they want about Kojo. Something in his face tells me I can't trust this guy. I'm very sorry for receiving those abilities to be able to look at the person and be like, nah, manito. Kojo just gives me that. It gives me the ick.
Challenge to only show you guys the possibilities of what we have created. Remember,
the possibilities of what we have traded, isn't that the reason why you guys have been making challenges after challenges after challenges? So what is different now? It's like the same challenge over and over and over and over and over again. You guys have completed your previous challenges. So by virtue of that, that means you can trade. But you have to go and start a new scheme. Because we know where the money comes from.
Strategy, exclusivity is all that matters. I have created my strategy. I've been trading with it. You know me already. The goats have DS. We merged it together, so you can imagine how powerful of a strategy this tool is.
Guys, I'm too fast. Please let me know if I'm too fast for this. But how can you start a challenge? You are going head to each other, right? And with you going head to each other, you are creating the impression that each of you are trading differently. But then when Kojo starts speaking, Kojo says, but we forged the two strategies together. So if you guys are going to be trading, my point is, if you guys are going to be trading the very same fucking strategy, how will there be any difference in results? If you are trading the exact same way. Yarr.
That's why we call it the almighty formula, which is like nothing above it, nothing below. But before anything else, we want to show you how powerful.
Here's my theory with the almighty formula, right? They're going to go through this 30-day challenge. They was now said, we merged strategies together, giving you the idea that it's the GOAT strategy and GOAT's strategy together. It must be a very powerful strategy, right? And then after 30 days, they're going to sell it to you.
Powerful it is. That's why we are sacrificing our $500 account to show you the real journey and then the possibility of what the almighty formula can do for you.
If you want to be part of the winning team, see you on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Live trading sessions each week, proven strategies from two of the top trading brands in Africa, mentorship style guidance to fast track your growth, real trade setups, breakdowns, and decision making walkthroughs, a no fluff approach focused on results. Guys, remember, because they are doing business in South Africa, they still have to be FSCA regulated, which they're not. Which they are not.
How you guys doing? Hope everyone is doing well, guys. For the next 30 days,
Almighty formula. Hey! I saw another cunt driving this car now in the week. Another influencer girlie driving this car in the week. Do you know what I think they are doing? I think they are renting cars, right? Obviously. And then they try to post as much content as they can with it, to obviously lure people out. Hey, I'm telling you, y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm talking to the haters specifically now. You guys can hate me, you guys can call me crazy, you guys can call me whatever you guys want, but at the end of the day, it is too clear. It is too clear. It's hopelessly too clear. How are we seeing all of this? How are we seeing all of this? And we're letting it slide. I'm gonna say it again, guys. They are gonna do business in South Africa. Right? And like I've said before, I'm gonna say it again. If you are a Forex mentor, you need to be FSCA regulated. Doesn't matter who says what, doesn't matter who it is now. Whether you're my friend or not, whether you're an accomplice or not, whether you are not an accomplice, sorry, an acquaintance or not, whether you are someone that I know from childhood. If you are not FSCA regulated and you are doing these things, by the time the FSCA comes to you to be like, you are done for. Take it from me. You are done for. Now, with that, right, because now obviously people are like, what is gonna happen and all of that. Guys, Brian PD, the influencer you are talking about, is Kojo's wife. Thank you for that, Brian. You know, I just didn't know if it was his wife or something, but in the week, I saw this lady driving this purple Lambo, and I was like, nah, man. So the cars are rented for the team, All of them do social media. And with that said, if you want to do content with a Lambo, you can go and do content with a Lambo. Which is how, because now when you look at these pictures, you would think the way they're standing by the cars, you would think they are the ones renting it. They are, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, the way they stand by the cars, you would think it's exclusively theirs. Obviously, they're renting it, right? But for the time that they are renting it, it seems like it's exclusively theirs when it's not. It's for the whole squad. It's for the streets. I'm telling you guys, the goats are throwing their name away, and it's not going to be evident to them now, because obviously right now they are caught up in the Oros. They are drinking the Kool-Aid. The fans are there to protect them whenever they catch on nonsense. But one thing that I need to let you guys know is that when stuff like this catches up, like with Jamal, when it eventually catches up, you're gone. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you have people behind you, you are gone. You are gone. So when it comes to the goats, I'm going to keep my eye there. And if Clint couldn't make it there, they're coming back to SA. Neo-T, the differentiating factor between Clint and the goats now, because let me say it like this is what people do not understand. The goats have mastered social media. That is what people don't understand. So when you talk about the goats, you are talking about 3 platforms for one cause. Clint Vesta only had his Instagram, his Twitter, and his Facebook, and we cucked on all of those. But when it comes to the goats, right, there is Neo-T 100%. I'll get to that now. When it comes to the goats, right, keep in mind, you're gonna have 3 Facebooks for Emmanuel, for Tapelo, and for the Fxgoat, the business page. You're gonna have 3 Instagrams. You're gonna have 3 YouTubes. Take a look at that. So you have each account reinforcing what you are saying. Look, if I had a fan account, if I had a fan page, I would have been much bigger. Honestly. Simply because recognition lies in repetition. What am I saying by that? The goats are recognized as good traders, right? Simply because the 3 Instagram pages are letting people know that. The 3 YouTubes are letting people know that. The 3 Facebooks are letting people know that. The 3 Twitters are letting people know that. So, you are seeing a post. I'm going to make an example now. You see a post, $200,000 withdrawal. You see it by Emmanuel, right? Now you're like, oh, 200,000 withdrawal. Okay, you Fxgoat, that is. You don't pay attention to it that much. Now you see his brother congratulating him on that $200,000 withdrawal, right? Now it's like, okay, now it's just, yo. Now you see the Fxgoat business page posting that. Now to you, immediately it's like, nah, this is real. Simply because you saw it 3 times. Simply because you saw it more than once. That is how they are constantly winning people. Constantly. And now, keep in mind, they now have 5 pages together. Right? 5 of every, let me say like 5 of every page. There's 5 Instagrams, 5 Facebooks, 5 YouTube. Why am I saying that? You have Emmanuel, Tapelo, Fxgoat. You have Kojo and Kojo's business page. That's 5 platforms across also 5 Instagrams, 5 Facebooks, 5 YouTubes. Can you imagine how big this challenge of theirs is going to get simply because there's multiple platforms repeating what is being said? And that's the only reason they're winning. That's the only reason that they are winning. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. That's all I'm asking of you. Tell me, why do you think John Gatti has 2 official Instagrams? Why do you think that? Why do you think Jason Noah has Jason Noah and Forex Kings? Why do you think that? I need you guys to start paying attention that the bigger these scammers are, the more resources they have behind them. And very often, a resource can be as simple as an extra social media page. Because, let's be real, they've been winning you guys just through social media, through nothing else. They haven't been winning you with, like, let's be real now. Let's be real now. Take me as the messenger out of it for a moment, go. Have they ever showed you guys verified account histories? Like, it's almost like, nah, this is from XNES. This is from XM. And I don't, guys, these withdrawals, I don't trust it because, as I told you guys before, XNES pays them a shit ton of money. And it's very easy for someone to, for an influencer exactly, to tell his account, his affiliate account manager, listen, my pay, send it through my account. So now they make a withdrawal. It seems to you like they are making a withdrawal. Meanwhile, they are taking payment from XNES. And keep in mind, when I was exposing them, that time already, right? That very first expose, because remember, I had a brand deal with XNES at the time, and they had a brand deal with XNES at the time, right? The moment I dropped that, the person who like got me the XNES deal, right? That, like me, I'm very attentive. When we speak, it's gonna seem like I'm not paying attention to you, and it's deliberate. It's deliberate. You must think I'm not there so that you can feel comfortable to talk whatever, right? When we spoke, he flat out said that Fxgoats gets 6 figures from XNES. Now, I ask you, what I've told you earlier with their social media platforms and how many they have, that's not a stretch. That is not a stretch. So, I'm telling you guys, never do they come and they show verified statements. I mean, the last time they started a challenge that $50 to whatever, was it $50 to $5,000 or $50,000? We caught them halfway trading off demo accounts, faking a withdrawal on a demo account. They had to have had some inside help there. How do you fake a withdrawal on a demo account? How do you get your demo account to show withdrawal there at the bottom? You guys must remember the video that we exposed them. You guys must remember that video. So, these guys have, especially them, they've been getting away with a lot, and because they are twins, right? Because they are twins, they there's that double fact. Like, people just feel a little bit more, how can I say, for twins, man, they feel a little bit more for twins, man, if I can say it like that. So, you know, for you, I don't have time for like nonsense, man. You know, so I'm just gonna go block you here. Yeah. Jason bought the land. That man never bought shit. How is he buying land, but he's making loans from CEOs of other companies? To talk about that now, there's a whole lot of haters that told me, oh, you don't know anything about finance and debt is good finance. Fuck you. Fuck you. Debt that is good has a good record of being paid. And that you can only get through banks and official loan institutions. Street loans is not a sign of financial stability. Street loans is not a sign of good debt. But you guys will say anything and everything to defend Jason. You guys haven't even held him accountable for promoting WTF markets. That broker isn't in working anymore. But where's the people's money? Be Anderson, not anger, my brother. Learn to differentiate between what is anger and passion. Because when your pastor gets so passionate in church, do you say, the pastor is angry again? No, man. Don't diminish the truth to nonsensical feelings. Please, my brother, don't do that. People like you are the reason. People that make excuses for Jason are the reason he gets away with his cut. Still till today. Still till today. Don't do that, my bro. Don't do that. You have no idea what people go through because of Jason's lies. Let me just answer Kieran Conradi quickly. What do you think about Tronique Low? Good trader. I have seen his withdrawals. But from a business perspective, if I was a client and I was looking into... I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to say it very loud and proud. Don't trust any mentor. It can be who. Don't trust any mentor. It can be who. Don't choose the mission of fighting for someone. It's not that you're fighting for someone, and like I said, I've given the man his credits. He's a good trader. I've literally seen his withdrawals. Literally. But business, and this is what I told him to his face, also business-wise, he's too arrogant for my liking. Way too arrogant for my liking. This is something that I told to him in his face also. When I told him, listen, a rope, and this was way before I did that deep dive into the FSCA. When I told him robots need to be FSCA regulated, Mans kept on fighting me. Only for the FSCA to release a document with his company right at the top. You guys understand what I'm saying? So, for me, you can be how good, but sometimes it's your arrogance. It's the fact that you are pompous. It's the fact that you thrive. You thrive with arrogance. That will catch you one day. That will catch you. You can only go so far with such type of behavior. And I mean, you can go show it to him. This is stuff that I said to him in front of him over the phone. Like, I can't remember how many times I told this, bruh. Go and get FSCA regulated. This is what people don't they don't realize, my bro. In the public, it might seem duidelijk and all of that. Talk about the behind the scenes, man. Talk about how I'm grilling them about these things, getting their affairs in order. So, I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to say it again. Don't trust anyone who's not FSCA regulated. No matter how good they are. Thank you, machine. Manny Teddy is a scammer, precies on Kapinde. We've exposed him before. The video is up. I don't know why you're still asking that. So, doesn't matter if they're not FSCA. Guys, FSCA regulation is the least you can do to show people that you are serious about offering financial services. If a doctor must be qualified, if a lawyer must be qualified, if that person that is building your house must be qualified with tons of experience, why are we giving financial advisors? Why are we cutting them some slack? They are dealing with your fucking financial future. Like, do you understand how hard it will be for you to take care of your kids after you've been scammed by some? And the thing is this, right? A scam isn't something that happens today and it's over. Sure, you can kiss that money goodbye today, but the psychological hurdles that is left behind due to scamming. Come see me. Come see me. Come see me. Come see me. Shout out to Lieutenant's Capital. Lieutenant's Capital is always, or one of the few, when they get that notification, they there. They there. Sneak peek into some traders. We can already see the lead Zim trader in our country, Rulani Kuna aka John Kate, is showing us what is happening. They show what's happening. So, all I'm gonna say is repetition, my bro. Repetition, that's all I'm gonna say. Recognition by repetition. So yeah, on the Jason Noah front, right? It's intense. Kieran, don't stop trading, my brother. I don't know what your hurdles is. It might be something personal. It might be financial. It might be the fact that you feel you're not catching these things or so, my bro. What I can honestly tell you, my bro, Kieran, sit by yourself, man. Research strategies. Look into one that you feel suits you best. Do research on it. YouTube is free, my bro. I bet you, whether it's Beat the Market Maker, whether it's 714, whether it's technical analysis, whether it is ICT, it's here on YouTube. Put in time. Put in time. I'm going to give you a little bit of a perspective now. You dated your ex-girlfriend for don't know how long, and it didn't work out. You know how many years you tried charming your ex-girl, tried making sure the relationship is on it. Have any one of you, and I'm just not just talking to Kieran Conradi now, have any one of you ever thought how much you could gain from spending time into learning something, the same amount of time that you put into useless relationships? I'm not saying your relationship was useless. I'm not saying the relationships that people are forming is useless, right? But my point with this is, right, if you can put in 1, 2, 3 years into a relationship with a girlfriend that never worked out, that didn't bring forth, that, look, let me say it like this. There was no prospect. And I mean, sorry for that. It's these lighties with their mini motorbikes in the area. I apologize for that. And no, I don't live in a affluent area. I live in the ghetto. Some people just have money here. Anyway, can you guys imagine how good of a trader you would be if you put in time? Like, let me say it like this, né? And I'm gonna use this as one of my addictions, right? I'm a gamer, flat out. If you know me, you would know that I'm a person that when I came to the mall and people were playing King of Fighters, they would step away. They wouldn't even challenge me because that's an embarrassment straight off, right? Another game that I'm really good at is Mortal Kombat. I used to play with Jason Voorhees. That is my favorite villain of all time. Like, I just love Jason, right? Anyway, I would easily game away 3 to 4 hours. Easy. Just fighting, just slashing swords. Easy. Now, if I was a beginner trader, can you imagine? And keep in mind, there is no prospective reward for me finishing the game. Sure, there's the competitions and all of that, but I don't play as good as the overseas guys. What's their names? Sonic Fox, Ninja Killer, Tweedy. I don't play as good as them, right? So for me, I'm a good player. Let's not get that straight. Like, Xbox, I played Xbox first by my white friend, Neil. Shout out, Neil. I haven't seen you in years. We worked together at Spur. And that is where I played for the first time Xbox, right? Bought myself one, obviously. Started playing. And obviously you now fall in love, right? Start playing and all of that. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is that when I figured out how to play Jason in a way that not even Neil can beat me, besides beating Neil, there was no other prospect to the game. But how many prospects are there to spending at least a year to 2 years just teaching yourself Forex, just learning strategies? Not strategies, just honing in on one. You've chosen your angle, you are honing in now. Can you imagine how, like, the freedom, the time, the fact that you can go into a shop and look, I'm not fully there yet. I'm not fully there where I walk into a shop and I don't pay attention to the price. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm able to walk in a supermarket perhaps, and my daughter wants a doll, and regardless of the price, I would tell her take it. I'm grateful for the fact that my son would be with us and he would point out to a toy, and because I know the price isn't that damaging, right? But what I'm trying to say here is that, can you imagine, and I mean, when I go to do my monthly groceries, right? Me and my lady, right? There's no budget. And I'm not saying this to brag or anything, or to, oh, I got money. I don't. I'm a broke. Let's keep it there. I'm broke. But when it comes to the till, and the total is like 5, 6, you know, it doesn't freak me out because the work that I've put in covers that perpetually. I'm not sure going to go Google what perpetual means. You can go and Google it yourself. But you understand what I'm trying to say? So, and also this is the other thing. Once you have the skill, no one can take it away from you, my bro. So I don't understand how these guys are up one day and then the next, it's like World War III in their bank accounts. So, when you guys see this shit now, pay attention. You can see I've been busy the heat of the lights is now slutting on me. But I'm not done yet. I'm not leaving up until I'm done. That thing with Jason, because there's a lot of people that was telling me, oh, Rido, you hate on Jason and all of that. And, you know, for me now, I would just like to say, that's wrong. That's wrong. If I hated Jason, I would have exposed the inboxes that I have received recently that kind of paints him not having Kruan. Literally. Hey, I've been on the next, my bro. I just want to read you guys, and you guys know, you guys that's following me religiously, you guys can tell me if I've made a video on this or not before. I just want to show you all something. And if I hated Jason, right, this would have been one of the very first messages. Not one of the first very. If I wanted clout, if it's about the views, if it's about all of this, I would have exposed this. Right? Yeah, you guys can see, no? This person texted me first. I didn't text her. She texted me first. Listen. I have evidence of paying Jason 8,000. I have evidence of paying 8,000 to Jason for the one-on-one trading course. I took numerous of flights to Pretoria on my own expense for my classes. I never received anything. He then said he would refund me and blocked me. Then she sends a WhatsApp number. If you'd like me to send you all the screenshots and proof of payments, flight expenses. Now, I didn't see that number there. But I'm going to text her and I'm going to get that information and make it for you. I also have proof that Zaitz is also a scammer. I paid 5K for his classes too and never received anything. Let me see if I can access that on here, because I think that will be much better. Much better. Yes. You guys remember that phone call that I told you guys earlier about where 21 Promo messaged me? Yeah, you can see 21 Promo actually messaged me. Very good local rapper. I want to get to that message quickly, man. So if I wanted clout using Jason's name, here's my best friend, McNeil. So if I wanted clout using Jason's name, I would have pulled up this lady's chat straight out. And as you guys can read, this lady has evidence, my bro. She has evidence. I have evidence of paying 8K to Jason for the one-on-one trading course. I took numerous of flights to PTO on my own expense for my classes. Never received anything. He then said he would refund me and he blocked me. There's the number, ne? There's the number that I'm supposed to contact her by. Is my WhatsApp number if you'd like me to send all the screenshots and proof of payments, flights, expenses. I'm gonna contact her straight after this live. I have proof that Zach is also a scammer. I paid 5K for his classes too and never received anything. Now I'm responding, hi Storm, you're the second person this happened to concerning Jason. Hey, I've reported previously on a guy, Llewellyn, as well, who also flew from CPT, paid 8K, never got what he paid for. I'm still in contact with Llewellyn. Can I give you my WhatsApp number for the screenshots? TikTok doesn't retain quality that well. This is so dumb of me because the lady already gave her WhatsApp number. That's so fucking stupid of me. Last time I reported on Zakes, he was sleeping on a friend's couch. Damn, he also never stops. I agree. Jason, now this is the part with the T. I agree. Jason came down once from PTA with two of his PTS Pretoria to his beach house. He hit a pothole and cracked two of his rims. I was in the car with them. We were supposed to go for training. Anyways, there was a lock nut on the vehicle and they didn't have a spanner in the car. We had to call out someone to cut the lock nut off. It costed about 500 Rand and I had to pay. They didn't have money to pay for the guy to cut off the lock nut. 500 Rand. This is someone that is driving one of the most expensive cars amongst the traders. This is someone that recently bought his mother a Porsche. Sleep awake. It was an absolute shit show. I ended up calling someone to fetch me and went back home. They couldn't even afford to hire a vehicle. I had to borrow them mine. And then they used all my petrol from Pietermaritzburg to the beach house. And then Jason didn't have any money for fuel, so I had to e-wallet them money to put in my petrol to return my vehicle. What? I can only imagine how you were fuming at this. And you know, I was dumb. I was supposed to take this lady's WhatsApp number. But there you guys can see, if I wanted clout, I could have chased it long time. If I wanted clout, I could have chased it long time. Look there. The lady even have evidence. The lady even have evidence, my bro. Now, I'm asking you, if Jason is such a prolific trader, how come he cannot pay 500 Rand for a guy as a call out before a guy to come and cut the lock nut? How come if he's that bruh? Because honestly to me, my bro, that's a lady. I wouldn't take that lady's car. This is fucking South Africa. I wouldn't take that lady's car. Why couldn't he book an Uber from where they hit the pothole? Number one. Number two, you must have insurance, and a lot of insurances have roadside assistance. Where were yours? Instead, he had to take this lady's car and then she had to pay for things. Women, do you now understand why I'm telling you guys, you guys are just going to be used by Forex traders? How come each woman that dated a Forex trader has cock like this to share? How come? I would like to know that. How come every woman that dated a Forex trader has a poverty struggle story? Why? That's all I want to know. Why? How is it possible if you are making millions per year? And also, guys, I am releasing, on that note, a new video about Jason because I also found out that Alpha Markets is then still operating. You sold the company. But there's people that's still doing advertising for alpha markets. Guys, we need to sleep awake with these guys. We need to sleep awake with these scammers. There's no way. There's no way that things like this can happen. No way. No way. So, I'm telling you guys, I'm not gonna fight haters anymore. I'm not gonna swear people anymore. If you come and you comment nonsense under my YouTube, I'm just gonna say thank you and keep it moving, because honestly, especially the haters, I need your comments, because your comments actually pushes the algorithm, so whenever I see haters, I'm just gonna respond with a thank you, enjoy your day, with a God bless you, but I'm not gonna argue anymore, because how is it that we have all of these evidences on file, yet you'd still find people that want to come out of pocket for scammers? And I'm gonna say it straight out to you men that's covering. Jason is an after 9. For you men that's covering for other men, exactly. You're not gonna get picked. Or it doesn't matter how you try to spin things, Owens. We're gonna catch you. Goats are back in SA. They're busy posting things they captured long time in Dubai. They're currently in Cape Town now. Are they in Cape Town?
How you guys doing? Hope everyone is doing well, guys. For the next 30 days, I'm going to give you guys free trades, because we're currently hosting a trading competition amongst.
But then there's also the opportunity, or the reality, that they could have taken content for future posting purposes. But guys, I'm telling you, and even now, FMAS25 is coming up. That's another thing that I also wanted to talk to you guys about. FMAS25 is coming up, and last year we met a whole lot of traders at FMAS, especially the ones that said they were gonna like clap me and moor me, especially Jason and Naz 106. So I'm sincerely hoping that I will see you guys there, and with what has been happening and with what has been exposed today, I sincerely hope that you guys will start through they are living at some shitty place with one car. Where? Please tell me where. Because if they are in Cape Town, I will drive till there. Is Jerome still running FBK, or are they just trading for themselves? Kieran Conradi, I answered this earlier on already concerning Jerome and FBK, and there's still issues with the FCA there. They have now moved on to doing something with Lux Markets, but I also don't trust Lux Markets. I mean, how do you as a broker expect people to come to you when you are busy making partnerships with people that still have unresolved cases with the FCA? To me, that is just a huge red flag. And the thing is this, seeing how dishonestly things went down with FBK last, I don't trust that man again, my bro. I wouldn't trust that man again. And yeah. Stay away, Owens. There's no way someone can go through shit with the FCA and then you guys still want to run to them. Stay away. Owens, stay away. There was, coming from that camp, there were too many lies. Too many shit that wasn't spoken to, that wasn't communicated to people. So, yeah. I wouldn't advise anyone to go there. Honestly, my brain. People came and now send gangsters after me again, like last time. I've made peace with the fact that if they send gangsters and I get killed, cool, but the truth must be out there. The truth must be out there. Now you guys somehow also know where that shit came from last time. Yeah, that actually doesn't make sense. It's like these brokers are sleeping as well. Good, so Molefe, at some point we have got to start holding brokers accountable for, like I said last, we have to start holding brokers accountable for the influences that they bring on board. Because remember, brokers, when they get in, although look, you guys know when it comes to the money, I've never been one to shy away. IFX might not be paying me a kakke's full of geld like all of these other influencers are getting, but they are paying me. For me to wear this thing, they are paying me, right? Now, keep in mind, and this is where I respect IFX as well. IFX don't get a lot of ROI through me. I can tell it straight off. I can tell it straight off. People don't run to go and sign up with my link simply because I don't post money, I don't post cause, I don't pretend to be something that I'm not. You understand? So that is where I respect IFX. And there is some brokers that whom I've previously worked with that tried convincing me to change my content. Some even came with an extra bag to be like, listen, if you start posting this amount, if you start posting this type of content, that is what we will pay you. Because luring people and making people dumb. This is why I think you guys don't get it. Like, how are the goats able to get 6 figures every month from Xness? They fucking bring in people like crazy. They bring in people like crazy. There's not a day that they do not post. And keep in mind, all of their posts is themed in one direction, and that is to get you to sign up to whatever they are busy selling. And I mean, guys, people, haters, people that generally come up for the scammers, they take me for a gut. They are always like, oh, you are poor, you are this, you are that. You are busy driving a Golf 1 while you are exposing people that drive M4s. My Golf 1 was paid for in cash. Their M4 is still being paid. Their M4 can get repossessed. Are you guys forgetting what happened with DJ Coach and his RS7? Like, I love a lifestyle that is sufficient to my pocket. Karabontate, shout out, haven't seen you in a while. Meanwhile, these guys are living outside of what they can afford, and they are hoping that they lure you in time to pay their bills. Like, there's a huge difference. And even at that, let me just be honest, guys, because earlier I spoke about this. Even at that, right? I don't need to get FCA regulated. I know it sounds a bit contradicting to what I said earlier in the live, but let me explain, let me clarify, right? The FCA sees, and you can go through the rules. If you want me to pull it up, I can pull it up. But the FCA, right, where they are slutting on influencers or IBs, right, is because IBs generally help clients sign up to the broker. IBs, a normal IB, ne? I was not a normal IB. A normal IB, to get people to come, will have a course, will have signals, they will have account management, they will have investments. I have none of that. I literally just say, there's IFX, this is what IFX offers, go and sign up. That's all I say, right? That is all I say. Ne? Now, IBs, they lure you, they help you sign up, they give you investment advice, If they are a mentor to you, they give you advice on how to trade, and for that you need to be regulated. So guys, even I can get away with not being regulated while doing this influencing shit. But even I don't want to. The moment I got a deeper understanding as to, okay, influencer is there as well, because they're most not going to put their content creator. Influencer is there as, and I am counting myself as an influencer now. I'm not counting myself as a billboard. I'm not counting myself as an advert. Ultimately, that's what I'm doing. You don't call SABC an influencer, do you? You don't call ETV an influencer when they play ads, do you? Right? But to ensure that I am on the right side of the tracks, I'm gonna get myself FCA regulated. Now, if me, a lowly, broke, if I can do that, a lowly, broke content creator that could easily scapegoat those stuff, how come they aren't? Here's people that's bragging on, oh, I have so many years in this industry. Where's your RE5? Where's your RE1? Hier goed zo mijn leven, gevaarlijke comment. I just love that comment, bro. These supporters always comparing people who have, yet they are rolling hard on their 10 toes. Never be stunned or phased by their mediocre. Because they sound more dumber when they support them. Good, so yo, I agree. Tobogo, you asked who owes $652,000. That's Jamal Terren, who tried scamming us. And I'm gonna be on his neck up until the day he dies. It's either, the only way I get off his neck is if either I die or he die. Because it doesn't make sense to sell a robot that could benefit you to a point where selling the robot is not equivalent to what you make with it. Google Etokoza, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, my bro. Guys, I'm gonna say it now, and I want to leave with this because I've been live for 3 hours now, and that should also just show you guys how passionate I am about this industry. But I'm gonna leave you all with this, right? I'm gonna shout out Becky. Yo, Becky, when I hear people writing RE5 like 3 times or 2 times, there's Rolio that said he wrote it 9 times. I'm a little bit scared for myself, but then I also know that I am a little bit of a smarty pants, especially when I've studied. Like, I passed matric without studying, no cap, and I actually regret it now. To be honest with you guys, I actually regret going through matric without fucking studying for the finals, because I would have done so much better, and maybe I wouldn't have even been sitting here on YouTube talking to you guys. But nevertheless, God knows the road that He had for me. He knows why I had to fail early in life. And sure, passing matric might not be a fail. It's how I passed that, to me, is a failure to me. So, let me not cry because I'm getting emotional here for fucking up my own life. But yeah, that is just what I wanted to say. And the thing is now, I want to leave with saying this. This is the point that I wanted to make. I want to leave by saying this. I'm going to make a lot of examples with you now. Ne? And when I'm done making that examples, you are gonna think to yourself. You are gonna think to yourself. Honestly, right? We see so many professions that is useful to everyday society. Doctors, lawyers, nurses, drivers, all of those things. Every single day. But because Forex is a high income activity, I'm gonna actively compare it with high earning income, with high earning jobs, right? Cool. You have your Forex trader. Your Forex trader is busy selling courses, signals, mentorships, all of that. Essentially teaching people how to trade and helping them make money, right? Cool. Does a lawyer tell you how to fight your case in court? Does a lawyer teach you how to fight your case in court? Yet the understanding is that Forex traders outpays lawyers. When I went to Hervé Bukasa to his podcast, shout out EB, really appreciate you, bro. I asked EB and I told him flat out, research brought me to you are the son of a doctor, right? And for a moment, EB was like, yo, what? How do you know? And I'm a researcher by heart. Cool. I tell him, EB, when a client comes to your father for the consultation, and your father is trying to prove what a good doctor he is, does he show his Rolex watch? Does he show the house he built for his wife? Does he show the cars that he's driving? Does he show the patient his bank account? Or does he show his patient his successful doctoring history? That's number one. Number two, Ibi, your father is a successful doctor, right? How come he isn't teaching other people? Huh? Think about it. Think about it. This man, Ibi's father, is making look, I don't want to talk into people's pockets. I don't want to say, yay, Ibi's father earns a lot of money and kaka, but he's evidently doing good for himself and his family. Evidently. Ibi's father could be making tens of millions of rands if he had a course. How to become a doctor, how to successfully operate, and how to successfully diagnose symptoms. Does your father sell a course? Ibi says no. Is it ringing with you guys yet? Is it ringing with you guys yet? Your friend that's a teacher, that's busy teaching, does your friend have any programs that's teaching other non-teachers how to become teachers? And that is the message that I want to. That is the message that I want to leave with you guys today. Shout out Karabo, my money. That is the message that I want to leave with you guys today. Becky, lifetime medical mentorship. Oh my goodness, I should have said that. Lifetime medical mentorship. God, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying it like that. Even, you see that taxi driver that you're looking down on, even that taxi driver won't train another taxi driver to drive through all the streets, going through secret passages. They won't teach another taxi driver their secret sauce, because then they are in competition for that one client that this taxi driver is driving that way around. You get what I'm saying to you? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The only time, and you guys will agree with me here now, the only time that someone is being, let me say it like this. The only time that you would catch me training someone else is when my job is busy planning to fire me, and training this person next to me is the one who's going to take over my job. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I just want to hear, Idol, you are lying. That's all. Just once in the life. But you must be a hater to say that, no? You must be a hater to say that. But, guys, that's my point, man. And I'm going to leave you guys with that discussion. How come we have Forex, the world of finance, educated and experienced people, like We have this whole industry, professional industry. Yet majority of the people in the industry is not professional. And that is why people are laughing at Forex traders. Not because I'm exposing them, but because they are inconsistent. And they lie a lot. They lie yo. Latoya's lies. They lie a lot. And it's all to get you to sign up with them. And when you're done signing up with them, so guys, I leave y'all. We had a very, very lekker live, 3 hours if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I will most definitely, I'm looking forward to come and do the next live. It's been 3 hours officially. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Before I leave, I want to drop a message, a sincere message of thanks to all of you guys. We will be reaching 100k soon. As long as you guys keep on supporting, I will keep on dropping. And remember guys, there's only one way to support this channel. Keep your money in your pocket. Don't send any gifts, nothing. The only way that you support me, ne? Watch my content. And guys, watch it until the end, because CRPZ shout out, man. Because in case you're wondering why I go so on about CRPs, this was one of the few people from the channel. And when I say few people, I mean like active followers, people that would pop in, people that would engage with my content and stuff. But he's one of the few people that said, my bro, I'm gonna come to FMAs to come and shake your hand. And that is what he did. That's why I have so much respect for him. But yeah, I just wanted to leave. Yeah, this is what I said before I saw CRPZ come in there. How you support me, guys? You don't support me with money. You don't support me with money, guys. I don't ever want you guys sending money. Right? We are living in tough times. People are going through tough things. If you want to send money that makes you feel good about something, donate to a charity. I'm not meaning this rude. I'm not saying this in a condescending fashion or anything. I'm not acting like I'm too good for your money or anything like that. I'm just saying the purpose of this channel was never to extract money out of you. So if you're thinking about supporting me is absolutely free. It doesn't cost a cent. When I upload a video, you watch the video. And don't watch it for 4, 5, 6 minutes. Watch it up until the end, because the source is at the end. Right? Just like the video. That's all you do. Drop a comment to sign the register. Basically, just to say, hey, I'm here. And then last but not least, share the video. And here's the thing, you don't have to share the video. You can just press share, copy URL, and YouTube would read it as you shared the video. Now, why am I asking you guys for that? Because content basically works on a point system. A like is a point. A share is, I think, 2 or 3 points. A comment is also, a subscribe is also 2 or 3 points. But the thing is, these points, right? That is what YouTube uses to decide if they are going to push it to other people. You understand? So the more likes there is, the more YouTube is going to share this content with other people. The more comments there is, the more YouTube is going to share it with other people. The more shares there is, YouTube is going to share it with other people. And I mean, that is ultimately what we need in this industry, because people are being scammed left, right, and center. And I think a lot of people can benefit from what I am saying here and from what I'm doing here, because evidently, ultimately, always I come with evidence. I don't come with, no bagajan. I come with evidence. So, if you've been liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, just know that I sincerely appreciate you. Guys, this is where I get off. This is where I say goodbye to y'all. I won't be uploading a video today. So, I will upload a video tomorrow, and the video that I'm uploading tomorrow is how the biggest, or how one of the biggest robot scammers met the end. Yeah, that is one that I feel like I need to do. Time has been enough since that bra passed. So yeah. Tebogo Maruta, you're so passionate about exposing scams. Have you been scammed? Tebogo, you know, no, I'll be honest with you, I have been scammed, but not through Forex. I got scammed with the cars that I purchased. So my first car that I bought, right, was a Golf Mark 1. Yeah? And I bought it from good people. Honestly, good people. Whatever they said there was wrong with the car. No, when I bought the car, actually, there was nothing wrong with the car. Honestly. There was not. I bought a perfect Mark 1. Like it comes from its mother. Right? So, because of that experience, I thought everyone that is selling cars is... Look, I'm a very innocent person, man. I don't want to say I'm an innocent person, but my approach is very innocent, especially if you've done nothing to me. Ne? Especially if I can't pinpoint you doing anything to anyone else also. So, after buying my Mark 1, no problems with the Mark 1. Everything is as the owner said it was. We paid them cash. That was that, right? My car after that was a Golf Polo, right? Got to the Polo, got made aware of one problem, two problems, three problems, and I thought to myself, but this is small things. I can fix it, right? But once I had the car, so many problems arose with said car, right? The Polo was more at the mechanic than any other car that I've ever had. Yeah? And it's only because Tebogo, I trusted this. I went to school with this, bro. My bro. And I was, okay, now, this man wouldn't lie to me. Everything looks as if it's checking out. Quite took the car, and then I commit that cack. On the third car that I have is a Nissan Almera, right? I bought this from an older Muslim gentleman. Now, the area that I'm from, our community is intertwined. Here is coloreds, here's black people, and then obviously different religions, right? So, I am gonna trust an older Muslim person because one of my best friend's father, Uncle Shaheen, he never lied to me. He never did anything for me. When I grew up, there was an Uncle Shaki. His name is Shakir, but you must know Shaki, nicknames and stuff. Uncle Shaki always, he was helpful. He never lied. So, due to my past experience with older Muslim guys, I thought that, this man won't scare me. He won't scare me. Plus, his kufiyah was fucking long. I thought, this is a Maulana. The man won't scare me. He tells me what's wrong with the car. I'm like, okay, why? No, man, there's nothing. Okay, we go. Right? As we are leaving, the car is somehow all of a sudden smoking now. And I'm talking about plumes of smoke. White smoke. Plumes of smoke. Which means head gasket. Right? Cool. We pull over because the Polo is busy overheating because it's bumper to bumper the whole time. I pull over. The smoke is coming out of the bonnet by the Polo, right? And the car eventually, the Polo comes back. Me and my lady get back into it because the thing is, I went to go buy the Nissan Almera for my lady because her grandfather has an Almera, right? And that is the car that, when I met my lady, she was driving already. Her grandfather's Nissan Almera, right? So I bought this Nissan Almera so that she can be mobile. You understand? Cool. And I remember, after paying, I still gave her a big hug, and I'm like, yo, here's your first car and stuff like that. But now, after pulling over to Bogo, we are driving, my bro. Polo has started up, and I'm already driving on the N2. Now I'm wondering by myself, where is Mickey, man? My brother, I told you all about McNeil. We've been friends since snot-nosed days. I'm like, where's McNeil? I look into my mirror. Where's McNeil? Where's McNeil? Where's McNeil? Just isn't coming. Me and my lady were driving on, and I'm telling her, nah, maybe he just found something. And you know, nah, this is where I believe God is always looking out for me, because I drove straight home. I didn't know Mickey is having problems starting the car. I didn't know that. I continued driving because to me it's like I just paid for this car. There can be nothing wrong with this car. This car is right, you know. But as I'm driving, he comes on behind me. So now he's obviously flooring it a little bit, ne? And as he's flooring it, I could see that white plumes. That is where I saw that white plumes for the first time. But how we got to start the car, ne? When we pulled over, ne? It was on an off ramp. But the off-ramp was like steep, man. So he could basically roll the car and get a rolling start. Cool, we get home. Now, if you guys have ever changed from an older car to a newer car, then I'm not going to say you're going to have problems, but your clutch control is going to be a little bit funny in the beginning, right? So, I've driven my friend's Almera, Mickey. Mickey also has an Almera. I've driven the Almera of Mickey once, and I've loved how soft the car was driving. You know, how responsive it was. Anyway, we are home. I'm excited to drive the car. I'm like, hey, let's go to Caltex. Let's go put in petrol. Yeah. I get in the car. We're driving. We're gonna go put in petrol now. We come just around the corner from my house. The car switches off. The car don't want to start again. The bonnet gets open. Now, keep in mind, guys, Mickey inspected my first car. Mickey wasn't for my Polo, which is how I got scammed with the Polo. But with this car, I don't know, and Mickey also has an Almera, the exact same model. I don't know how this bra was able to fool Mickey. Because when we got home, we saw that the engine isn't even sitting properly. I threw it away. I threw it away now. In that corner where all my car parts is, my old engine mountings was still there. And to me it was like, uncle, I then now. Huh? Uncle? I wanna see, maybe I have, and then you can hear the voice notes, my bro. But yo, I got the bogo I got just when I was scammed, bruh. Simply because I'm an honest bruh, man. I'm an honest bruh. Just wanna show you something, ho. Oh wait. Let me get to that, ho. I hope I didn't delete our chats, because I was fighting this uncle. I was fighting this uncle big time. And also, he didn't tell me about the fines that was on the car. Yeah, you can see, here's the message. I sent him, this is the car parts of the engine mountings. Let me just make it clearer so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here's the master parts receipt. Here's the master parts receipt for the mountings. And then the message that I sent him, "Naai Ridwan, het het my toegemaak, my bro, vat accountability. Nou, hoe moet ek my vrou en newborn kind gaan haal wanneer my vrou geboorte gegee het?" So basically, I also bought the Almera because my lady was giving birth to my second child and it was raining and I couldn't go with the Polo because the Polo was lowered and the Polo had a roofing issue, right? Where's that now? So, I mean, bruh, I told this man straight, I have fuck all to do with your skuld, bruh. Where's that now? Yeah, right. I deleted the messages where I swore at him. There you... Stop it now, man. There you can see message deleted, message deleted, message deleted. I was swearing at this old man. I was swearing at him because, like I said, I didn't buy this car even for me. I bought it so that I can transport my children and my lady. Obviously, the car is hers, but obviously, when we're out together, I'm gonna drive it. But it's a case of the Polo has a roof issue, and I don't want my children getting wet in a car. My children was on sitting on the back of a bakkie. And that is how I got scammed, Bochum. That is how I got scammed, my bro. That is how I got scammed. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a wonderful 3 hours. I will catch you guys in my next video or my next stream. But I would advise you guys to check out my videos. I would highly